and Fabs. Today's not the day to laugh.
It's the day to cry.
It is all about laughter.
You're just saying that now.
Yeah, I ain't crying. Things worked out swimmingly for me this week.
If it didn't, would you cry?
No. You guys know I was expecting Jack out of that.
Me too. Actually, I predicted correctly for once.
Well, you know how I felt about that. None of them should have went. None of them should have went through.
You thought Dortmund was going to come back.
Oh, Dan, don't worry. I got some of your quotes.
Listen, there's plenty of
I got some of your quotes, Dan.
there's plenty of history in the first four to make the quarterfinals. 3 of which have won Champions League trophies.
I was kind of saying that I hope that the teams that play next week, I'll draw the teams that won this week.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. I don't see any of them play each
You know
other.
what's gonna happen? It's gonna be 2 of the big sides are gonna draw each other.
Yeah.
Two of the English sides. If all 4 of them go through, 2 of them are definitely drawing each other.
It's gonna be the Manchester Derby.
Oh, I would love
Or
that.
it may be Manchester against Liverpool. Manchester United against Liverpool.
That's spicy.
Give me some of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be one
How
of those.
about a Liverpool City?
Liverpool. Did you just say Liverpool United?
I don't think they'll give
Yeah.
us Liverpool. Well, that's what I said. I don't think they'll give us Liverpool City again.
You mean the draw?
But then
won't
you
be
know
fixed?
then you know the fix is in.
Yeah, Hugo will be all over that.
Then you'll know the fix is in.
Hugo was giving me every reason why every team won. It was all predictable. I was like, when is it not predictable?
If that's the case, you should be dropping large money if it's that easy to predict.
That's what I'm saying. But he said everything's predictable. But then he's telling me that, UEFA wants these teams to win because of that. But no,
There's no way UEFA want Porto to win.
Some of the big teams.
No, I don't.
No,
you know what?
that's not the point.
Actually,
some of the
I
big
don't
teams
think
lost.
I don't think UEFA cares at that one.
Some of the big
They're
teams
like, huh?
lost. So that's why it's like, nah,
Yeah.
that doesn't really add up.
We'll have Porto Ajax in the next round.
Oh God, that's sickening. I don't want to see Porto Ajax. I don't want to see Porto Spurs, Porto United. I don't want to see Ajax against.
You're gonna see one of
United.
these.
Yeah, I don't want to see Spurs again. Nah,
You want to see Spurs Porto?
no, no.
I want to see Davinson get bullied by Marega.
That may actually happen. No, I don't want to see any of that. But it was a good week. No, it actually wasn't a good week. It was not a good.
It was a great
It was not a good week. It was not a good week.
No,
No,
I
it
liked
was not.
Fantastic.
Well, what did you like about it?
I thought at least 2 games on each match day were actually entertaining to watch.
Okay.
I will just say that the teams that decided to show up won. I think that's what the most part of it that entertained me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair for all the games.
And I feel like that's deserving.
For 3 out of 4.
You just because you slept through Porto and Roma.
I feel like it was
me?
deserving.
Yeah.
No, I watched it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it was deserving the way it panned out.
I think 3 out of the 4. Yeah.
Because a lot of these people had these teams dead in the water. Anybody who says they could have predicted what happened in the last 2
Who's
years,
the 4th team that's not?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Is that my Spurs?
No,
Oh, thank God.
I don't know why you're Spurs because then next round when they get a tough draw, they're not going to be your Spurs.
Oh, they're not my Spurs now.
Oh, okay. That's what I want to hear.
No,
he pulled ship. He pulled shoot on the bandwagon.
that's right. I'm off. I'm off the Spurs bandwagon.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why you were on it to begin with.
When Juventus get kicked out, you're gonna hop back on.
Because no one else wants you.
Don't join my bandwagon, buddy.
Is there room on there?
No,
No.
there's not. That's why. That's the only reason why I loved what happened in terms of results because there wasn't one person that predicted, but barring the Spurs Dortmund, any of those other 3 games, no one predicted any of it.
No. But
You'd be lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not one person.
But that's what I liked about that. That other than if we're truly being honest, that Spurs Dortmund would have been the hardest one to overcome.
Yeah.
Or let's say that one was the one that if the result went the way it did, we were the least surprised.
Yes.
But all the other ones, they were really all them to play for.
Well, especially considering the fact that they all battled back.
Yeah,
So what do you love about it again?
that it was open.
Oh, okay.
Like the only tie that was really.
That doesn't mean I like who.
No, I'm not saying who. No, I'm not saying. No,
that's where you're going with this.
No. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that the only tie that was dead
Yeah.
was the Dortmund tie.
Yes.
All the other ties were truly open.
Okay.
That's what I like. Like there wasn't that like 3 out of the 4 were dead.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what made it a actually enjoyable match day. And I think you can say. I think the next round everything is still open.
I
right?
didn't enjoy any of it.
No.
But all I need is for Schalke to knock out City and
Oh, you're gonna be in a.
and then that would really. Then I want to hear what y'all really want to have to say. But no, I didn't enjoy any of it, to be honest. I'm very upset. But apparently I'm always upset, so.
What's new?
Sorry, guys. There was something I was going to say about that, but now you got my mind all messed up.
Sorry.
And it was in regards to something that happened this week. Something happened this week that I really wanted to mention, and it's just not coming to me right now. But hey, if you guys enjoyed it, I mean, kudos to you. But yeah, no one predicted it, and that's what I love about it, because at the end of the day, even ourselves, we're on here a few days ago, and we said that no one had Real Madrid. We couldn't think that Real Madrid were going to lose.
Yep. I tossed that idea out there.
Tossing an idea is insane.
No, that's all I said. I'm just saying. I tossed it. We said.
Like you're supposed to, I think.
Yeah. It's hard.
But no one entertained it.
Nope.
Jose Mourinho gave them a 1% chance.
Well.
Ronald Koeman, who coaches the Holland national team, gave Ajax no chance.
Okay.
Great. And he coaches some of those players.
Yep.
Applause.
So that's great. They didn't go through. No one gave United a chance.
Rio even said, Rio was like, I never gave him a
Rio never gave a chance. Yep. I got your quotes.
Hey, oh.
Yeah, I didn't give him a chance.
Yeah, no one gave them a chance.
No, I didn't give him a chance.
And then who was the other? Who else didn't get a chance? Oh, we didn't care about Porto. Roma.
Even I didn't give him a chance.
I actually don't know why you didn't give them a chance. But I know.
I was playing possum.
I know why.
Oh, okay.
You're pussy. I know why you didn't give them a
Hey,
chance.
before the first match they kicked off, remember what I said in the group chat?
Yeah.
I said, fuck it, we're winning. That was it. I had you all fooled.
Now your master plan is all coming together.
That's fine.
And I love it because everyone got it raw.
Literally everybody.
Yeah, literally everybody. And
That's why I love those predictions that people put out.
yeah.
You go back and you look at them now, they're all whoever's like they're 0-4 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I love
lot
it.
of people.
Because a lot of people feel that you need to get it right.
Yeah.
I'm the first one that's coming on here and saying that I'm going to get a lot of shit wrong.
A ton.
I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care. As you can see, I don't care who won this week. And I probably won't care who won next week. We're kind of here to break it down. And that's the main thing. Dad keep getting it wrong. But I just laugh.
I know.
But I don't care if you get it wrong. That's not my place.
I do. It hurts my ego.
Oh, so stop saying. so stop picking a
You gotta
side.
learn from the guy on the fence.
You gotta learn from me, man.
All right.
You learn from me.
Next week, nobody wins.
Really?
Draws across the board.
Draws across the board.
I'm really feeling that way. No one won this week for me, so we'll leave it there. But as long as you guys enjoyed it, you enjoyed the games, there's a lot of controverscy.
Oh, we'll get to that.
That's all that matters, right?
That's the last thing Tyrrell wants to talk about.
That's this. Oh no, we're getting the shits today. We're getting the shits today. We're really getting into the shits today.
Good, because now I feel like it's...
We've been dodging the discussions that we are supposed to be having.
Yep.
We've been dodging them for too long, and now it's time to really get into it.
Yep. 2 games.
Because what I saw this week, and not even this week, I don't even want to pinpoint those 2 games. What I've been seeing for the past few weeks, y'all, this is all what y'all wanted. And the people that aren't complaining, they're not complaining because their team didn't suffer it. But when their team does suffer it, then they're going to complain.
Oh, yeah.
It works the same way without it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm cool. I'm cool because I'm sitting back and
Taking it in.
The technology that we're using that was supposed to perfect the game, it ain't perfecting it.
Well, I think whoever sold that notion that it would perfect the game was always be wrong. You're never going to perfect the game.
What's perfect? What out there?
Perfect is trying to minimize as many human errors as there are. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what VAR is doing. VAR is minimizing the errors. Is shit going to get wrong? 100%. That's always going to happen. If you look across all the North American sports, they still have video replay and they still get shit wrong. Mm-hmm. It happens. Am I making excuses or caping for it? No. But they shouldn't still get certain things wrong.
You know what? I feel that the problem... I feel like soccer is the last sport to implement technology. And there's some technology that football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, has implemented, which has been which has been worked well, goal line technology. For me, that's worked. If the ball is in, you know the ball is in. There's no controversy with that. The problem that I see with VAR, and this happened in that United game, is nobody knows the rules. Nobody knows what is considered a handball anymore. I think we've lost, and there's these new rules that came out. If it's inside your silhouette, whatever the hell is that supposed to mean?
The human, yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't even want to touch that.
But
that's the basis of what VAR is getting wrong. Is that those errors are being based off the fact that the rules are so ambiguous.
Yeah.
There's no clear line, regardless.
I think
if there was no VAR, then the ref would still have to make a decision that one or the other still wouldn't agree.
But what's funny about that is that in that game, the referee got it right.
Yeah, but the same way that it happens is when he gets it wrong and then VAR overturns it.
I know, but yeah, that's what happened.
No, and it works the other way as well.
Yeah, it does.
It just sucks that in this situation, it happened on the same day, in the same scenario. It's going to happen to a point where we get to a final and VAR gets something right.
So you felt...
During the World Cup, it was being praised.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, it's not okay.
Do you feel that VAR was right in both situations?
VAR was right? No, I think there are two situations that the line is so blurred on what's intentional, what's not intentional. Handball has been controversy. This isn't something from yesterday.
No.
This is something that's been since the beginning of the game.
Because in both situations, the referee changed his decision.
Yeah, because you have to go back and look at it, back and look at it.
So, was the initial decision
the one
correct?
In the United game was he got it right, then he got it wrong.
Yeah,
Right.
It was changed to being wrong. I think three of us agree that you wouldn't normally that's not a handball.
Right, and the Porto one?
The clip,
No, the pullback.
Both.
the pullback, I think is clear stupidity by Florenzi. Do I think it's soft? I think it's soft.
Yeah.
Do I think that he should go down with that? I don't even think he had a full hold of his jersey.
Yeah.
He had it by like 2 fingers,
Yeah.
and then he dove to the floor.
I don't
right?
think I don't think Buddy had a chance of even touching the ball.
Unfortunately, in the rule book, that doesn't matter.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I just found it funny.
I agree with you. It was probably like 7 yards ahead of him.
Yeah.
Maxi tried shooting it. That wasn't a cross.
Buddy moved when the ball was out.
And then you could see why Florenzi was pissed off, because he knows at the end of the day, he put himself in a shit situation.
Right.
Is it a foul? It's soft.
Yeah.
Can I see why the optics of... When you slow that down,
Yeah.
what do you see? When you slow that down, you see the jersey being pulled.
Yes.
And then what's the referee going to do? He has no choice but to call it.
Right.
And the clip, I personally don't think that's a penalty.
But see, you know what annoys me there is that they don't even look at it.
There's no consistency. I think that's what bugs most people about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Is that there's little to no consistency across the system, because it's brand new. They were just put it into this round of games, which I think is also another thing that probably shouldn't have been brought in. If you're going to have it, you have it for the entire competition, group stage, everything.
Right.
Because you don't know what would have happened in the group stage that could have changed as well.
Yeah. See, because that's where I find where the whole controversy kind of came into play, because in both situations, whether it be the PSG game or whether it be the Roma Porto game, the referee initially didn't give either a penalty. So he went back and reviewed it. And I think that's where people are getting upset or seeing this controversy, because I think the three of us can agree the handball one. I don't see it being a handball. But the funny thing is that I asked some people at work today, and I got two different opinions.
You're always going to get a different opinion.
It's because
that's the problem.
and it's not clear cut.
Exactly.
No, that's the problem. I don't think you could ever implement a rule that will make that decision clear cut.
Right.
Okay, well, this is the problem with VAR. And I like that you went to the goal technology thing, because, that's fine. Keep that. Because it's objective.
Yeah, it's either one way or another.
It's
There's only
objective.
two sides to
Yeah.
it.
Offsides, when you look at VAR, it's objective. That's cool. But handballs, when you slow it down, how are you to defer what's intent and what's not?
Yeah.
when you slow it down, how are you able to defer or really navigate as to whether his arm is in a natural position or not? What's a natural position? How do you jump using your arms in a natural position in comparison to an unnatural position?
It's the equivalent of that. Not we mean that Dan discussed it, but like when players slide and they use their hand next to their body to support them as they slide, and then the ball hits it.
Yeah.
A lot of you'll get 10 people, 5 of them will tell you that's a penalty. It hit him in the hand. Then you'll get 5 people be like, no, his hand's in a natural position. It's supporting him.
So I understand what you're saying, that they need to change the rules.
I think that's where
because that's the biggest thing. They do need to change the rules.
That's the basis of it.
Because I'm sorry. And they're like, oh, well, Buddy turned his back, so that's even worse. What was he supposed to jump face first into the shot? No, no one jumps face first into a shot.
I was just gonna say, I think we've all played, and your first intention is to turn your back to it, because that's where you're gonna feel the less pain.
Yeah.
Yes,
your back or your thigh, something.
So don't tell me that he should have turned his back to the shot to stop it, to try and block it. Don't tell me that you shouldn't have done that. Don't tell me you should have jumped face first.
Only Puyol does that.
Yeah. Because then it wouldn't be intentional or whatnot. Look, if you're jumping, you could tell right there in real time that he was not trying to block that ball with his hands.
No.
And you could tell that it was in a natural position. I want to see them jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And show me how your hand is supposed to be. I want them to show me that. I really do, because now we're getting to a problem, and it wasn't only yesterday. It's been happening for the past few weeks. I watched the game. Was it Leganes against Real Madrid?
I'm trying to remember.
Where Real Madrid got 2 penalties. Mm-hmm. They played awful, and none of them were penalties. And if you don't, I could refresh your memory even closer to date. Fiorentina against Inter? D'Ambrosio.
Yeah. Well, there was the one in the World
Handball.
Cup with Cedric where he heads the ball to his own hand and they called the head penalty.
Yeah.
I'll bring one even more recent. Alexandro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's countless.
Alexandro. There's no way that Alexandro could even stop himself from letting the ball hit his hand. What happened to ball to hand?
Yeah.
From 2 feet away when somebody's taking a shot at you?
It hits his chest
Yeah.
and then ricochets into his arm.
Yeah. So soon we're going to get to a point where these players aren't even going to try to block shots. Or soon we're going to get to a point where these players, because I know now that if I'm playing at that level, if I'm going to take a shot from distance, I'm going to aim at Buddy's hand.
Yeah.
You're better off.
I'm better off aiming at Buddy's hand. And I'm going to take a 30-yard shot like Delo, because he knew he wasn't scoring.
That was going way over the net.
Yeah. There was no way he was scoring.
Yeah.
He was taking a prayer, and they got lucky. They got bailed out.
Yep.
Because, and that's the problem here. Because that's basically what's happening. Guys are firing shots in. Defenders now can't really block the shot, because if it hits their hand as they try to block it, oh, well, your hand is not in a natural position, so it's a penalty. Come on, man. We're better than this. You guys want to perfect the game, and this is where we're going? It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And that's the biggest problem with that. And that's what I saw. And that's what ruined it for me. That's what ruined it for me.
Yeah.
I don't care who won. I don't care that United won. We're going to get to that in a bit. I don't care that Porto won. Porto could have won to penalty shots and still won.
No, we would have lost in penalty shots.
Okay, well, whatever. I want to say Porto didn't deserve to win because they played pretty darn well. But it's those moments that really give it, and more so the United one than the Porto one. I don't really care about the Porto one or the Roma one. I don't care. I don't care about the little pull. I don't care about the clipped heels. Which realistically, they're gonna give one. They could have. They could have.
They could have.
They could have.
No, I agree. I agree.
But
No, I
you know
agree
what?
100%.
But that's
But for me, it isn't, because if you're going to say that a player doesn't intentionally hand the ball and not call him a call, he's not intentionally doing that as well.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
it's impossible to judge intent. That's why I think the base of the rule needs to be fixed. Until the base of the rule and a referee knows where he needs to draw the line, then this is going to go on forever. And it's only going to get worse when you slow things down times 10.
When you slow everything down times 10, everything looks like it's intent.
I think that shouldn't be allowed.
Because then they really fight. No.
Yeah.
Watch it in real time.
No, I think that's the rule. That should be the rules.
Watch it in real time.
You shouldn't be allowed to slow it down. It should be watched in real time.
Watch it in real time, because that's how we're seeing it.
Yeah.
And that's how it was. So you should watch it in real time. And you want to know when it's going to get worse? And I already told you guys this. You want to know what's gonna get worse? When the Premier League introduces it.
Oh, yeah.
Because all these little talk shows, Buddy Nickel and Burley and Shaka. What's Shaka? When those bums get a chance to really dissect VAR on a weekly basis, and I got G Nev and Carragher trying to hit us with what's wrong with VAR, and Maka and Match of the Day and Townsend, and when they all get to break, Owen Hargraves, when they get to break it down, that's when it's gonna get bad. Because each and every single week, there's going to be one call and one of those Premier League games that is controversial.
Yep.
It's going to bring in all the attendance. Everyone is going to be full circle on that. That's going to be the main talking point of every weekly Premier League show. And that's when everyone's going to have a problem with it. Because every week, someone's going to get burned. I guarantee you.
Oh, for sure.
From match day 1 to match day 38. And each match day, VAR.
Especially when you're playing, when you have multiple top 6 clashes, almost every month.
Well, but even if you watch Serie A has at least 1 week where VAR
100%
gets it wrong.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's not fine, but we know the beast of the Premier League.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like already a league that has it in Serie A, there's every week there's one team that gets screwed by VAR. Whether you agree with it or not, I mean that's beyond, but I'm just saying there's controversy every week in Serie A.
Yeah. So these are discussions we need to have. You know I don't like talking about this stupid technology. You know I don't care about it. But when I see that, and then you ask me how I enjoy the games, I didn't enjoy the games after that. I couldn't enjoy it. That was the biggest problem for me. And it's going to be a reoccurring issue throughout, and that's really going to be something that I can't wait to see unfold, because everyone on social media and whatnot is very happy about that. Thank you for that, Dan. but everyone,
because it swung. Imagine that swung the other way.
Yeah. Oh, they would have been upset.
Could you imagine?
United were robbed.
Yeah. How could you rob the youth like that?
Yeah. Oh, poor Ole. Oh my God. Anyhow.
Rio would have been in an uproar.
Anyhow, yo, we've been talking about VAR for 25 minutes. Mic's on, man.
The mic's on. We suck.
Gunshots and all that shit are on. Cameras on. You guys ready?
Ready.
It's the InnerViews Podcast, episode 63. It's your guy, Tyrrell, live and direct from Toronto, Ontario. I'm here with two of my great friends, Fabs and Dan, and we have a lot of shit to really get into. It's cold outside, but we're getting through it. Astro World's just down the street, and we're not there because we got a lot of stuff to break down that transpired in the Champions League this week. These guys loved it. I didn't, and it's one of those podcasts. For those new listeners, we usually joke around, and I usually care about what they did this week. I don't care about what they did this week.
Well,
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And we really got to get into the shits. This is the best soccer/footy podcast in the world, and I feel like we got to take onus on really breaking down what really happened and talking about the nitty gritty, because a lot of shit happened this week.
Yeah.
Fabs was happy. Dan was happy. So I guess that's what matters.
Yeah.
You guys enjoyed the games?
I did.
You enjoyed your week?
I did. And what is it? 3 days since we've seen each other?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's too long.
Yeah.
We see each other every day.
Asking for a daily pod.
You brace yourselves.
Then we'd really be talking about VAR controversies every day.
2020. Stay tuned. coming to a screen near you. Anyhow, anything really happened this week?
Nope.
Tristan Thompson's still cheating. R. Kelly's crying.
Yeah, he's the new face of the internet
to the public.
meme.
Michael Jackson's little documentary came out.
Yeah.
Anything else that really mattered? Anything that I missed?
Luke Perry passed away.
Luke Perry passed away. Rest in peace. I didn't know he was the guy. I didn't know he was Riverdale.
If only I knew what Riverdale was.
Okay. You know what Riverdale is?
No.
Okay, what's the show?
I'm glad you know it.
Yeah, yo, man, the girls love Riverdale.
Okay, I see.
I just knew him from 90210.
Oh yeah, he's on there too.
Yeah.
But like I knew him from there, but he looks different now. The man has a beard.
Yeah.
They're like, he's on Riverdale. It's like, Riverdale. I was like, I'm definitely watched that before. I don't got time to watch shows, so when I watch shows, it's usually
A Winter Snuggle. You watched a couple episodes of Riverdale?
course Riverdale. What have I watched? Snuggles. What's that hospital show? Grey's Anatomy. You know, I was like,
Wow.
y'all ever watch Grey's Anatomy?
No.
Some spicy shit happens on Grey's Anatomy. I was like, how can anything? It's crazy. I watched Grey's Anatomy. That's when I've ended up watching the Kardashians.
I can't.
No, I can't watch
I
that.
can't bring myself to watch.
No,
it.
I can't.
I've watched some show. I forgot her name, but she's like, oh, shit, man. I watched some shows on Netflix, man. I get around.
Okay.
So with that being said, yeah, man. So that's how I knew anything else really happened. That's how I knew Luke Perry was, by the way. Anything else like really happened? Those are the three main talking points.
I don't think anything else
Since we last
would
saw
really
each
touch
other?
those.
No. You know what happens? And I always ask that, and then when I wake up the next morning, I'm like, shit, that happened.
Start writing it down.
No, I can't.
Have you watched that doc?
With the
Michael Jackson one?
a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna try to bring myself to watch it this week.
I don't believe any of the kids. I'll just say that. That's all I gotta say. I hope no one kills me for it, but I just don't believe them. So
Hey, you have the right to your own opinion.
I got right to a fact.
All I'm saying is,
Kids.
all I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure that we could solve 95% of the world's problems if we had better parenting.
Yeah,
I'm just starting and ending it with that.
yeah. Your parents let you go to Neverland? Would you want to go to Neverland? You sure?
Yep. We just went to Europe. That's all we did.
Well, Neverland's kind of like Europe in an amusement park.
Yeah. With candy and rides
I don't do those kind of.
and other friends that you can meet.
Yeah. I'll pass.
I'm not even joking about Neverland, man.
No.
Mike's gonna come back and get
I'll pass.
the ghost of Mike's gonna come get me.
Yeah.
Jordan?
Oh, well,
Jordan-
LeBron beat it. LeBron now has recorded more points than he has. If that matters.
Is Jordan taking back the rights to his jersey?
And Jordan should take back the rights to his initials. Should be only one MJ.
That sponsorship deal's getting pulled from those guys.
Oh man, Mike, change your last name.
You could have picked a better team. Come on, Mike.
Anyhow, yeah, it's still cold outside. We're still getting through it.
Apparently, the deep freeze is coming to an end.
Oh,
Thank God.
shorts and tanks. Coming.
Yo, those are always the wildest guys. On like March 20th, there's always somebody in shorts.
Yeah.
I saw one today.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there are people out there in shorts.
Especially down here.
Yeah.
People do go from the gym to their condo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
No,
do
you
it.
guys
I
gotta-
do it sometimes on the low lows.
You got to relax.
Yeah, it's just a quick run.
Yeah, one day your car's going to break down and then it's going to be an issue.
The girl at the gym's like, "You just came in shorts." She gives you the look of like, "Yeah, you're crazy." Yeah, girls like the crazy.
Did you go to the gym this morning?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, in shorts. I'm playing, man. Anyhow, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm very upset, man.
Yeah, I could tell.
VAR pissed me off. With that being said, we really got into this shit. You guys, anything else that really mattered to you?
Nope.
You tell me I haven't seen you for 3 days and there's nothing that matters?
No.
Fabs?
No.
You guys suck. Anyhow,
suck.
with that being said, like I said, this is the best soccer/footy podcast in the world. With that being said, we got to give a shout to all the new YouTube subscribers and the old ones. Keep doing what you're doing. Let us know what you like and don't like with the podcast because we really care about what you think. Well, they do. I try to. Anyhow, shout out to all the Spotify listeners, Spreaker, Android users, iPhone users, anyone on iHeartRadio. I already said Spotify. Anyone listening to the podcast, shout out to you guys. Anyone on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Twitter beef?
No.
Twitter beef?
Nope.
Okay. With that being said, shout out to the snow plowers, truck drivers, independent men, independent women. The lady that was at Pizza. Yo, she was very nice today.
She was very
Shout
nice.
out to her. Keep doing your thing.
The young girl?
No, the older girl.
Oh, okay. There was a young girl when I went there and she was really nice.
No, she wasn't. I know what he's talking about.
Really?
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't.
No.
I'm hating.
Big Hayden.
I'm big hated. Shout out to those at Astro World. Shout out to, like I said, independent men, independent women, the school kids, the bus drivers, all the people. You know who we need to shout out? The people that hold the stop signs. Crosswalk people. Yeah. They really matter. You know? They really do. Shout out to all the doctors.
Keeping our youth safe.
Of course, doctors, lawyers, people that work downtown in
People
the financial districts.
People starting their weekends early on a Thursday night.
Yep.
Whoa.
Using the sick day tomorrow.
Yep. Getting ready to hop onto King Street.
Hey.
You know what happens on King Street?
Yeah.
Stays on King Street. I don't know.
Not with social media these days.
Yeah, shout out to the bartenders.
The flight attendants.
The flight attendants. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to catch a flight soon. Shout out to those getting ready for March break. Shout out to those getting ready for reading week if it didn't already happen. The teachers, the principals, the bankers, the grocery, the bag boys, the cart boys. Yo, those guys, the cart boys definitely deserve a shout out. Keep doing what you're doing.
Respect.
Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone. When I'm in a better mood on Monday, I'll give everyone the shout out that does deserve it. So, shout out to the Clip Draw Gang, Fabs' De Gea Clan, Dan, Spurs Hive. Do you have another Hive? But I don't know. I forgot who it was. Shout out to all the Toronto Soccer Podcasts, all the Toronto podcasts. Keep doing what you're doing. Did I miss anyone, guys?
Nah, you got it all.
No, I got everyone. With that being said, Fabs, turn it up, run it up.
If only I could make it a little bit
InnerViews
louder.
Podcast, episode number 62. It's your guy Tyrrell. The Champions League round of 16 is almost coming to a close. With that being said, y'all, I don't know where y'all want to go. I don't care where y'all want to go this week. We're going to Paris first, man.
Damn
we're going to
it! I
Paris
thought we were
first.
gonna start in the Dragon.
No, we're not. We're definitely never start. We're never. Hopefully, we never have to start there. If I was like, yo, why you hate on my team? Hopefully, we never have to start there.
Well,
We're going to Paris, man. We're going to Paris because I'm very upset.
I feel like I need that Drake. I'm upset.
I told you that Monday, man. Monday.
Okay, we gotta write these all down.
Yeah. Monday, we gotta write down. I'm very upset with what happened there, and I'm upset with the VAR thing most certainly. But we got to give Ollie some credit. I thought that given the circumstances with the young kids, they need Paul. Paul's a loser. Given the
Paul didn't even play, and you're calling him a loser.
yeah, because
he's a loser because he got sent off.
yeah, because Fred and McTominay did a better job than he would.
Hey, and they showed they could play without him.
Yeah. Loser. Anyhow, give credit to Ollie where it's due. Did a very good job. Set them up as best as they could. They rode their luck for a bit, but they stayed in the game. That was very important. And they were able to get the job done. Ollie now, everyone is calling for the full-time gig. Fabs thinks that he should probably get it.
There's no way you can't.
Dan doesn't think he should get it.
Why not?
Why not? Oh, I'll answer for Dan. Why not? But I've answered that today because my question is, what do United want to be? This is all nice. This is all a nice fairy tale. But when the season ends, where does Ollie take you from there? What is he going to do for you? This is great, like I said, but he hasn't shown me anything that suggests that this is sustainable over a long period. It's nice to get results. It's nice to go far in cup competitions. You know, barring they win the Champions League, you know, then it'd be nice if they get the FA Cup. But if they win the Champions League, then maybe I'll hold back a bit. You know, but what do they think he's going to give them? I know he fits. He's doing all the right things. He's saying the right things in the media. The players love him because basically, you know what I want to call him. But I'm not going to call him that. He motivates them. He's gotten the best out of them. But when I look at all the potential coaches that are going to be available this summer, it's too much of a gamble. There are too many good coaches there to pass up on that over the long term can get you to where you want to be, to give an interim manager that is still going through that new manager drip, that new manager bounce, the full-time job. And I've seen it happen too many times, barring Zidane, who did have arguably world-class players in every position. They don't have world-class players in every position. I don't know how they can go into next season thinking that they will challenge Pep, how they will challenge perhaps Liverpool if they're able to sustain what they're doing now. I don't know if they're able to take that jump, and that's where they want to be. Next year will not be about finishing the top four if he stays there. Next year we'll be about going one step further. And when I see Poch available, when I see Antonio available, when I see perhaps Simeone available, perhaps Allegri, I'm just naming names that could be available. I just don't know how you could pass on them and gamble on Ollie and then perhaps have that backfire. Because if that backfires, then I think that sets them back even further than where they are now. And that's why I don't think they should take that gamble. It's a nice story. It's a very nice story. He's doing a great job because they're getting results. And I thought this was probably more impressive than the last performance that I thought was impressive. Given the fact as who was there and how they're able to get the job done. Mind you, there are some stuff that we have to get into, but just the fact that they got the result will overshadow all of that. And that's why I don't think he should get it.
Because you're looking at the grand scheme of things.
I'm looking at long term.
Long term.
We look at it right now. Yeah, sure. Yeah. You kind of have to give it to him because he's kind of getting the results, and they kind of knocked off PSG, which we'll get to in a second. Because a lot of people, I look at this PSG side and don't properly analyze them, like I analyze them, and what I know they're capable of in comparison to what they're not capable of. And he got that job done, and they beat Chelsea, and they beat Spurs, and they got a draw against Liverpool. The results are there. But like I said, I've seen interim managers come in and be able to get the best out of players. And the next season, when it's time to evolve, they're unable to do that. And then what's going to happen? When those managers that go to those clubs that court them, like Real Madrid, who's looking for a new manager, like Juve, who may be looking for a new manager, like those clubs, when they get their guys and there's no other guys left, then what?
Then you're stuck with them.
Then you're stuck with Ole.
And it's not going to fly because what's happening now is that everything is good, but when shit hits the fan, and shit's going to hit the fan. Let's not pretend like shit's not going to hit the fan. It may not happen this year. They may lose games in spurts and get knocked out of competitions, but they may not go on a big losing streak. But when shit hits the fan next year, then what?
Well, it's almost like the Gattuso thing.
It's exactly like that.
But in a way, Milan has decided to ride with him, and he's proven to get them at least somewhere.
But
It's slightly positive.
But I don't think there's that same pressure at AC as it is with.
But even if United bring in Poch next season, what's going to automatically make them challenge those other two?
No, the coach is just the stepping stone, is the first block in building that team, because that team that I look at that beat PSG,
that's not fair, because half of that team won't even be there. That's just a bunch of kids who decided to who filled roles.
Sure, but even so, I mean, there's that United team still need 4, 5, maybe 6 players.
No, and I agree fully, but even if you keep Ole, you're going to need to give him an investment.
Oh, of course.
But
The same way as if you bring somebody else in, you're going to also still have to give them an investment.
But I don't think Ollie can maximize that investment like perhaps Poch can.
Well, it's all a gamble because you assume that Poch can do it.
Yeah.
But can Poch manage those really big personalities as well?
And that's the reason why I don't think Poch should get the job either.
Yeah, so it's almost a gamble with whoever, any coaching job, any decision you make is going to be a gamble.
Yeah.
I just think in terms of PR, in terms of what's going on right now, there's not a chance in hell that they give it to anybody else.
No,
I can't see it. I just can't.
I think at this very moment,
And I don't disagree with you.
with all the results, short term would be Ollie. If you're just looking short term, that's who you should give it at. If you're looking like Tyrrell said, long term, he's not your long term manager. He's just not. Not with what else is out there, which could be possibly out there this summer. I think you just make a big mistake to gamble on Ollie long term.
And that's basically the problem. The reason why I joke about United win the Champions League, which could happen, there's a small percentage at the moment, but it could happen, is it reminds me of Di Matteo to a bit.
Ollie Di Matteo.
Ollie Di Matteo. Yeah. It reminds me of that. And it's like, we can't fire him now because he won the Champions League. And the next season, he was unable to really evolve them or take them to the next level. Because once you win something, the pressure to win more is there. Mm-hmm. And it's not even the pressure to win. It's about evolving the club. Because where United are now, even if Ollie is to win out, they aspire to be better. They want to be knocking on that door with Manchester City.
Of course, that's the benchmark.
And I don't trust him to do that. Hell, I don't trust Zidane. Because you know how I feel about Zidane. I don't trust Poch. But I'm just going to say that those managers, and the reason why I say Poch is because he's shown signs of evolving aside.
Yeah.
Zidane has never showed me that. So that's why I use Poch in that explanation. That's why they're targeting him. That is why I would trust him over Ole to do that.
Well, Poch has run a project.
Yeah.
Ole is driving the vehicle right now.
Yeah. It's easy to drive the vehicle. And when I get to Gattuso, yes, they kept him. But Milan are hell light years away from where they want to be. And they're playing terrible football. And they're just getting by. And we know why they're in third.
Yeah, because everybody else is terrible.
Well, because they got Roma, they got Lazio,
and they got
Inter.
Yeah.
But they're nowhere near Juve, let alone Napoli.
No. Would if you want a coach who's run a project, would Max be your number one?
See, with me, Max is the type of guy that is the icing on the cake to a project.
There might be too many young players there for Max to get more out of those guys.
Max is a great pragmatist. And I think he's done a great job at Juve. But I think that it really worked out for him because Conte kind of laid out the foundation.
That's fair.
And then he was able to evolve them to another level, which is kind of where I get where your point is. But United are just light years away from that for him to come in and kind of put the icing on the cake.
So then would Conte be the right guy?
See, that I don't know. Because that's a total... The transition from Ole to Conte in terms of how they manage their squads and what they demand is totally different regimes.
I don't think they'll go the Conte route because of what his name brings. His name brings the defensive, pragmatic football.
Hard work.
That's not the
Run to the
United
ground.
way.
Yeah.
That's the complete opposite
Yeah.
of the so-called United way.
Yeah.
So I think that, in terms of on paper, wouldn't work.
So this is when I get into my hating bag. And this is what's going to be real funny when that United way doesn't really work. Because the whole world is waiting for it not to work.
Well, I think they want it to work.
They want it to work.
They're willing it to work.
They believe. They believe, and we've had this discussion before, they believe that's going to work. But when I ask every single Manchester United fan what the United way is, not one could tell me the answer.
No, you have 30,800 different...
Attacking football, wing play,
Yeah.
the belief. Yo, where's that tweet? This pissed me off. This really pissed me off yesterday. This really pissed me off, and I screenshotted it. Where is this tweet? And I laughed at it. And I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter. And I was like, yo, man, this is the problem here. This is the real problem. Here we go. This is the real Manchester United. Playing with belief, youth, commitment, playing for each other, playing for the shirt, making light of absentees, refusing to be overawed by famous opponents, never ever giving up. The United of Solskjaer is the United of Ferguson.
When has United backed youth other than that one time where they had all that incredible youth that you had to play?
Yo, man, I hate all you youth, you youth pushers. When has your club ever won a title with youth?
Other than the one time you had those 5 class of 92 kids that you had, at that point you had to play.
Being the driving force. Go ask Dortmund what youth's about. Yo, man, I'm so tired of you got to play the youth. Well, Mourinho never would have given so-and-so a chance. I'm tired of talking about him, but I'm just saying that's where we're going, right? But the result is good. The result was great.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a result that they will remember forever. Mind you, they don't care how they did it.
Especially with the circumstances of injuries and things of that nature.
Yeah.
They don't care how they did it.
And in years, nobody will remember how.
Oh, no, I will.
No, you might be the few. But people will say, oh, remember that night that they turned around in Paris. That's it.
Comeback kings.
Yeah.
Yo, shut up, man. Shut up. But is there anything else you really want to take from it? Lukaku scored?
No, but we should...
I think it worked out that Bailly got hurt. I will say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if Bailly was on the pitch for another 10 to 15 minutes,
Yeah, that could have been over.
Yeah,
PSG would have gotten another goal somewhere.
Yeah.
100%.
Their injury and Dalot coming in and reassuring that side of the field
Yeah.
was a huge help.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing. It almost benefited them that Pogba got sent off. Because Pogba would have, if Buddy didn't track Bernat all game,
Yeah.
No.
Pogba wasn't going to track
No,
him.
no.
No?
So a lot of things did go their way.
Yeah. It was kind of the perfect back against the wall setup where it's like that was the one way they could really go about it. And they did sit off deep, and that really did not help PSG because and this is one thing that I also say, is that Mbappe is not a center forward.
No, I don't think that's
No.
where he's at his best.
He's not a center forward.
A lot of the times he was looking for spaces in wide areas,
Yeah.
and there was literally nobody in the center of the field.
Yeah. He's very one-dimensional.
That's why I think them missing Cavani was almost more important than them missing Neymar in that game.
Yes.
Just because I felt like they lacked a goal scorer. Like they lacked that
Yeah.
presence in the final third.
A proven goal scorer.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if on that breakaway Cavani slips. Or
I-
Cavani doesn't make the right decision.
I don't know. I've seen Cavani miss some bad
I know,
breakaways.
but in that situation, I would trust him more in front of goal than Mbappe. You know what I mean?
Remember I told you Mbappe's like 1 for 6 on breakaways? I've watched enough League 1 this season to see Mbappe miss some really great chances on a consistent basis. The second thing, remember when I said Tuchel, I can't trust him?
Yeah.
Well,
But I'm not killing Tuchel, by the way.
But I was about to say, I think, I don't think this one is on him. I mean, look, you got to put the blame on the players here.
I'm not putting the blame on. I'm not playing on. I thought
He set him up correctly.
the critique to him is that people are saying, well, he was a bit too conservative. He should have went for another goal. He should have pushed on.
I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
But I don't agree with that because the game was managed.
Yes.
The game was fine, and they had their chances. And Mbappe slipping, Bernat hitting the post.
Yep.
I go back to Old Trafford where Mbappe has a breakaway with De Gea and tries to do that little chip.
Yeah.
When he should have finished it and ended that.
That would have been 3-0 game over.
Yeah.
Yep.
They dominated possession.
Yeah.
They dominated almost every single aspect
Yeah.
of the game.
Yes.
They got pressured into mistakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, sorry to cut you off, United had no shot on target in the second half.
0.
There was no legitimate route to goal until Buddy referee decided to go to VAR and
Yeah.
and make the wrong decision after making the right decision.
Yes.
And then you look at the 2 goals. I'm sorry.
Kill him.
Okay, not
Kill
even
him.
him first. Carrere?
Kai,
Yeah.
however you want to pronounce
However
it.
you want to pronounce his name, because I've heard like 20 different pronunciations. He was shaky from minute 1.
Yes. I was just
Could
about to
see
say
it on his face.
Yeah. Even it was funny because I was sitting with someone at work.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing he said. Oh, he said that guy looks nervous.
Yeah.
And he's not a footy fan.
Yeah.
Nothing. I just had it on, and he walked by, and he's like, "Oh, wow, that guy looks really nervous."
But I don't know why he's nervous. Why would he be nervous?
Young kid, tough situation.
German international?
Yeah.
That's the thing. We expect them to be robots, but
Yeah.
they're humans.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Pressure gets to these kids, you know.
The second thing now is
Especially when you're in that team, who's been labeled the bottlers. Now it's times 10
Yep.
on everybody
yeah,
there.
and I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that shortly after I get to Buffon.
Yeah. The second one's on him.
I don't feel sorry for him
Oh.
because they brought him in for experience, and for things like that
Yep.
not to happen. And that was really bad, man.
It was it a mistake to play him?
Well, he's been playing the entire. I'm pretty sure he's been playing the entire Champions League campaign.
Did he maybe only not play one game? I think Areola played.
You know,
But it might be. Yeah, you might be right. I think he might have started almost all,
I'm-
if not all,
Yeah.
except maybe
I
one.
don't even care if I got it wrong. I'm pretty every game that I watched
Yeah.
PSG play in the
No,
Champions League.
I'm
pretty
asking. I'm asking. Was it? I know he was brought in for that experience.
Yeah.
But I almost felt like he was brought in to be the mentor for him.
So did I. But he's played in all of those games, so that's why I couldn't see why he would be dropped. You understand?
Yeah. No, I agree.
No. So that's why. And I saw it. I was like, "There's no way this is how you guys are gonna go out." poor back pass, keeper error,
And VAR.
VAR.
It seems like it's always something.
And this is why I never really take much into cup ties, and this is why I never like to make predictions on cup ties, because shit like this happens. And this is why when Fabs is like, I got a feeling that Juve ain't out of this. This is why I can't tell him he's wrong, because even though in my head it's like, no, there's no way Atletico can really drop that ball. Shit like that happens.
Yeah.
Shit like that happens.
And that's the stuff that messes teams up mentally more than anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I wouldn't be surprised if shit happened like that in Turin in a few days from now.
We've seen it time and time again.
So that's why I can't even write off Juve.
He played 5 of the 6 games in the Champions League.
Okay.
He
He
just
did.
didn't play the first or the second against Napoli. Whatever,
Because he was
whatever it
suspended.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there we go. So I look at that and I'm just like, man, this is how you're going out. That's crazy. That is crazy. This loss, given the circumstances, you can make an argument that's worse than the Barca one. And
Just based off the fact of what you're up against.
based off what you're up against, and based on the fact that Leo, Neymar, and Suarez could give 6 to anyone
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
Camp Nou
Yeah.
on their day.
Yep.
So I'm not even surprised
Yeah.
I'm not surprised they killed you.
Yeah.
But to lose to that, they brought on Chong
To bring a bunch of kids.
and Greenwood. What's his name? Greenwood.
Greenwood,
Yeah.
17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
It was, yo, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So now when I get to them, I gotta ask you guys a question. Why do they hate? Why does everyone hate PSG? What? Because it's big Hayden. It's not even like small Hayden. It's big Hayden.
I think we've been conditioned to hate the teams that we believe aren't doing things the right way.
Well, what is the right way?
We assume that because they threw the money at Neymar, they throw money around, that they're going about it the wrong way. So I think a lot of people don't like them because of that, and because they have this moniker of being the bottlers.
Okay, but I feel like people just went on with that because of your first point, is that people didn't like that they were throwing money around. But it's like the best teams throw money around.
Yep. For a team that's throwing money around, their bench is terrible.
Yes.
Awful.
Yes.
Not one goddamn
Yes.
option on that bench.
Yes, and we're going to get to that in a second. But I just want to know why people hate them, because I look at the best teams in the world, they throw money around. Yes, some of them do create their youth players and bring them up from the academy.
But it's few and far in
But
between.
it's few. And I think that's what Thomas is doing well. I think Thomas is taking them away from that and starting to implement these young players. We've seen too many young players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas can't. The reason why I can't kill Thomas can't even get a midfield.
Yeah.
They're not buying him a midfield.
Yeah.
They bought him a Paredes.
Yeah.
Which, sorry, if you want him in the Champions League, he ain't the guy.
No.
You want him in the Champions League? Marquinhos is not the guy. Verratti, as much as he looked good against that United midfield, he's not the guy that's going to win you the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know why people hate them. But I agree that is probably why they do hate them. I don't understand why. And it's been the cool thing to do, to kill them and kill them and kill them. And I gave you my stance before this. Because that guy is not playing, and they're gonna have a real talk with that guy, because they have to decide what they're gonna do. But he can't keep missing these round of 16 games.
To say, how many games now has he not been a part of that they've been knocked out? It's back-to-back years now.
Back-to-back. years.
Back-to-back years.
Yep.
And in those 2 years, they should have went through. But you're not playing.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest problem. And that's why. And I know if Cavani was 100% fit, I guarantee he would have been
Yeah.
fielded.
Yep.
He wasn't 100% fit.
No, he was
No.
not.
Not a
Because
chance.
if he's 100% fit and the game is going like that, Tuchel brings him in and moves Mbappe to the right.
Yes.
100%.
And that gets to my biggest point now. How good do people really think this PSG side is?
Well, if you legitimately break down their lineup from top to bottom,
It's not very good. It really isn't very good.
they have fullbacks that are better going forward than actually defending.
Defending.
Yep.
They have makeshift midfielders. They
Yep.
have a center back playing midfield.
Yes.
They have 0 options off the bench. Yes, they can score goals,
Yep.
but half the time their players aren't fit.
That's right.
They have a 40-year-old guy in net. Say what you want to say about how legendary he is.
Forget about that because he is what he is.
Yeah.
He's 40 years old.
Dan ain't hitting you with that shit.
No, and their center backs were good once upon a time.
Yep.
Kimpembe, I think, is still young and still growing as a player. The Buddy, who made the mistake, is still growing as a player. There seems to be extreme highs with this team, and really, there's no middle ground in this team at all of being, okay, that's a very nice, consistent, good player who's going to give you a good 90 minutes game in and game out. Because you don't know what you're going to get out of this lineup from game to game.
And that's the biggest problem. And it goes back to Emery days. Because didn't they have Lo Celso?
Yep.
Didn't he disappear?
He's at Betis now.
Betis.
For Rabiot, who
Another guy who's now gone.
who's now gone, and he could get exposed at some point, and we'll get to that when he starts to play again. But I know why he's not there. Blaze ain't there anymore.
Nope.
Something happened. I don't know what happened. They had Pastore, who they let go.
Yes.
Emery didn't want to play Ben Arfa. These are guys that they possibly could have brought off the bench that, they're not the greatest players.
No, but they could have changed the game.
But they could offer you something. Who did they buy last year? Last Diarra?
He's not even with the team anymore.
Yeah.
Choupo-Moting?
Yep.
If you look at their summer transfer window, it's awful.
Yeah.
So I look at that, and that's what really it's interesting when I hear all these pundits and everyone who thinks PSG is this great team, but when you really watch them and you really assess their option, if Neymar ain't there, I've told you, this team goes as far as Neymar goes.
And that's as far as Neymar went.
Yeah. As for when he bowed out, they bowed out.
Yep.
They go as far as Neymar. Cavani is world class. And yes, if he was there yesterday, perhaps that tie is different. But they go as far as Neymar goes because without him, there's no real creativity. I'm sorry, Mbappe. You're young. You could be great. But unless you're playing on the right and playing in a system that lets you counterattack and run into space, you're not the guy yet.
Well, we seen that second leg last year too against Real Madrid. Where was he?
Same thing. Same thing. When he was with Monaco, I know he was young. When Juve sat deep and he needed space to run into and there was no space, he did nothing.
Nothing.
And that's going to be the MO. He needs to play on the counter. He needs to play in a counterattacking system. He needs to be on the right. Besides that, it's not there yet. He could be great one day, but right now, he's not that great unless he's playing on that right, and he's not the greatest finisher.
And then it doesn't help that there's zero creativity to get him into any decent position.
Bingo. I look at Di Maria, very nice player. Not one that's going to bring you over the hump.
Nope.
Rarely decisive at this point in his career. We call a spade a spade. Julian was supposed to be great, has a few good games, not consistent.
No.
Wasn't good yesterday. Verratti and Marquinhos, we already know that they shouldn't be in a Champions League central midfield. So we're not getting to them. Dani Alves, passed it. Bernat, very good going forward, scored some great goals this season. That's about it.
Yep.
Center backs, you said it about the youngsters. Thiago Silva's on his last leg. Marquinhos is playing in midfield. Bench,
Nothing.
Nobody.
Mounier.
Crickets.
Paredes. So you listen to all those players I just named, and you tell me if they're that good. Yeah, they should have won. Yeah, they probably should have got through this tie, given that they won 2-0. But I'm not too surprised. I'm not too surprised that they did. Remember, I asked the question. Obviously, in these circumstances, I expect them to go through.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're out with those two players missing, yeah. And now we get into the summer as to see where they go from there. Because now the question is, does Neymar stay? Does Mbappe stay?
You've really put yourself in a shit situation.
Where does Tuchel take it from here?
Yeah.
I'm not going to call them bottlers because I never thought they were that good to win the Champions League unless they were full strength. And in previous years, I think the best year that they could have won was probably that year against where they did lose to Barcelona.
Yeah, that was probably their I don't want to say their chance to win it, but a chance to make a deep run.
A good run. Yeah. I think that's when their team was really possibly at their best, just perhaps with the wrong manager.
But you still think that around the 16 exit against that Manchester United side,
It's a disappointment.
No, it's a failure.
No,
No, it's 100% a failure.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't do it every season when I say we got to look to see what they do in the summer transfer window. Because in the summer transfer window, they just make a ton of dumb signings or non-existent signings that aren't helping the team.
Yeah.
You're telling me they couldn't go buy Ndombele? Or there's plenty of players in that League One. So you couldn't go buy Thauvin from Marseille. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of good players in the League One that they all want to come to PSG.
Yep.
And it's a bit shocking that they never went that route. I don't know who's running the regime there.
That's what I mean. They
Behind
need
the
to start
scenes.
asking themselves questions up at the top. Because you can't be considered one of the world's best teams, and round the 16 quarterfinals is your stretch in this competition.
Yeah.
It's not good enough.
Yeah.
Not for a team that has that ambitious
No.
Yeah.
or ambition. Sorry. Yeah, I really don't. I really can't say anything other than what you guys have said right now.
I'm sorry. I'm upset, so I'm producing.
Yeah. No, I just don't have anything to add.
I'm upset, man. I'm tired. I agree with Fabs. I understand where Fabs is going. We can't accept them finishing the round, getting knocked out in the round of 16. I'm just not going to go that stretch and call them ballers because, I feel like you have to have a really good team and get. I'm not saying that they don't. No, they don't have a really good team. I feel if Neymar and Cavani are on that pitch and they bottle it to those guys, or they don't make it through, then I could be like, ugh. But there's so many issues in that squad alone that kind of push me away from leaning towards that route.
It's
the easy thing to do, though.
Let's say that it's another disappointment.
It's a failure.
Sorry, another failure that they don't get past this Manchester United, and then we move on.
It could be their last failure.
As a collective group, probably.
Well, no, I just don't know. I just don't know how they're going to track players given everything that's happening. But it's like, who really wants to go there if those two leave? Those three leave.
The year they lost to Barcelona, who won the Champions League that year? Was that Madrid as well?
Yes.
Yes.
And then where did Barcelona?
They beat Juve in the final, isn't it?
Where did Barcelona finish in terms? Did they go semis?
Hold on.
I'm trying to think 3 years back. Well, 3 years back, it would have been Real Madrid that won it.
Yeah.
Because they're on their back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah.
Did they beat
at
Atletico? Was it Atletico they beat in the finals?
I'm gonna
Because last year they lost to the team that eventually won. So I'm trying to go back and see who's won the trophy the years that they have lost. Because they also haven't gotten lucky with who they face.
No, because they got Chelsea 2 years, and they finally knocked them out. Hold on, where did Barcelona play them?
Barcelona played them 2 seasons ago. 2015?
Okay, I'm gonna get that right now, just for you.
But whatever it is, you played that Barcelona side. That's a tough matchup regardless. Yes, you're up in the first leg, and you should finish that off. But last year you also play Real Madrid, who go on to win the competition.
That year, Barcelona got knocked out by Juve.
In the semis?
No, in the quarters.
Quarters?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been shit that they've come across terrible teams. But if you're like Dan said, if your ambition is to be among those teams, then you have to do something at some point.
But I think the 2 years, the years where they have no excuses for getting knocked out was the year that they lost to Pellegrini City, and then this year.
That's what I'm saying, is that in the same breath that they've not been good, they've also come across teams that have potentially been structured better and fit to play them.
I'd say the Barca one's just crazy because they won 4-0 out.
Yeah, that's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
I think that's where this whole narrative really took off.
Yeah, that's where it really took off. And then even in that game, they missed 2 real quality chances that they should have ended the game. I'm pretty sure it was Di Maria and Cavani. I could be wrong.
Listen, Barcelona scored 3 goals in like 5 minutes to end the game. That Neymar free kick.
Yeah.
Sergi.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who scored the other one, but
the only reason why I was like, Barca can do that to a lot of teams, but
I agree.
It's still
I agree.
ridiculous. It's
I agree.
ridiculous. It's
but you can't consistently get the pass.
no, you can't get the pass.
No.
I don't think they've gotten pass from me any years except for this one
Especially when
and last year.
especially when you've brought in the manager.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing, is we automatically think bring in a manager and he's got to make do with what he's got.
Yeah.
If the top isn't making decent signings,
Yeah.
to help out. It's very rare that a team could just win based off their attack.
Exactly.
It doesn't happen at that level.
No.
Especially in these games that become so pragmatic. Look at what United did to win their game.
Yeah.
2 mistakes, pressed them into the mistakes. They scored 2 goals, sat for their moment, and then they scored with a VAR handball.
Yeah. It's so cliche, but it still rings true that defense wins championships. And I think if you can score as many goals as you want, if you don't have that strong defense, you're not going to go very far at this level of competition. And I think you could say that about the league too. In the long run, even in the league, if you've got a poor defense, your offense will not bail you out more times than not.
Tell that to Ferguson in 2012. No, I'm joking. That league was terrible. Anyhow,
Let's go to the other game.
Anyhow, there's another.
I thought you were saying Eddie Howe for a second.
No, not that loser. No, shout out to Eddie Howe. I guess we're going. No, man, I don't really want to go there, but we're going there. Ajax, the talk of the round or the talk of the match days. Ajax destroyed Real Madrid. We didn't want to talk about it on Monday. We brushed it off, as did the world. And Real Madrid, without Sergio, boy, the stupidest man on the planet. It's not even Paul. Paul, for once,
Paul looks like a genius.
For once, Paul is not the loser of the week. The loser of the week this week is Sergio Ramos.
How you going to bait yourself out like that?
I'm glad. I'm happy.
For Ramos?
Yep, because he's an idiot.
Well, he's been on a win streak for 5 years now.
Yeah,
so
you don't care what you say.
he could take 1 L.
Yeah, that's right. He can take it.
You don't care what no one says.
No, I don't.
Was he shooting like a documentary?
Was he really?
I think so. Was that what they're saying? He was up there and they're like shooting. I'm pretty sure he was shooting a documentary during the game.
Good for him.
They had HBO up in the box.
They were doing something up there.
I would love to see his face when a couple of those goals went in.
Oh yeah.
I saw some of the cameras. You guys surprised?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Why are you surprised?
Surprised in the manner that for Real Madrid to catch a 4-piece at home in that manner. And it also isn't just the fact that, because Ajax by no means did what United did. It was not Ajax who sat back and waited on mistakes and didn't push the tempo of the game and was sat in 2 banks of 4 or whatever. It was Ajax that played with freedom and confidence, and they could beat any Real Madrid defender 1v1. I was really taken aback by the calmness and the freedom that they played with. I did not expect that, to be honest with you.
I was pleasantly surprised on how they went about this game. They went out there and said, by the looks of it, we're just going to go out there and roll the dice and play our style of football, even though we're not at home, and go from there. And it ended up working for them. And you could feel that momentum just slowly start to build and build and build. And it's funny how when a young team like Ajax get that momentum, how hard it is to change it. And Madrid, I don't think I want to say that Madrid shouldn't have been surprised of how Ajax played, but they just looked like they had no idea how to stem the tide and how to turn it around.
I didn't think they were as bad as the scoreline suggested, as many people thought, because I feel like they did have chances, and I feel like cup ties, goals do kind of change the outcome. Not the outcome, but like the pattern and the way things go. Varane hitting the crossbar and Bale hitting the post are 2 key moments. I'm not surprised by the way that Ajax played, though, because that's how they played against Bayern in the group stage. Mm-hmm. And they drew both games.
Home and away.
So, yeah, and I knew they were going to go about that. And I remember watching the Bayern game when they went to the Allianz Arena. I was like, yo, Bayern, Ajax should have won.
Yeah.
And so I look at those and I'm like, okay, this is how they're going to go about it.
Sorry, but do you think that result gave them the confidence to do that?
Well, I thought they played better in the first leg than the second leg.
I think Ajax were just going to go play their game, and whatever the result was, the result was going to be, because nobody was giving them a chance.
I thought Ajax played better in the first leg than in the second leg.
Well, barring a couple of chances in that first game, there should have been a game where they came out of a level as well.
Yep.
One of the differences in that game was Ramos.
Yeah.
Yes.
And time again during this run, he has been so pivotal to what they're doing. I feel like a lot of things get lost during this Real Madrid 3-year run. And this is why I had to say what I'm going to say. And Fabs, don't kill me. But look, man, because you saw what happened after Real Madrid lost, I just want to make it clear that Zidane knew this was going to happen. And Cristiano was not saving them from whatever was going to happen. This was we didn't expect to happen now, but we knew something like this was going to happen. The writing has been on the wall for so damn long. It started 2 years before when they nearly got bounced by Schalke. I've seen them in a cup tie against Dortmund where they barely got by. They've been, even with the Ronaldo goals, they've, in certain ties against inferior opposition, they've just gotten by.
Every single knockout tie last season, they
Every
just got
snuck by.
There's a storyline in every single
time.
Juventus, they almost bottled it.
Yep.
Bayern was Ulrich.
Goalkeeping errors,
but
they were dominated against Bayern in both legs.
In the final, Salah goes off.
Salah goes off. The first time Real Madrid, PSG played very well, and the Neymar thing happened.
Yep.
Juve, barring that last minute penalty kick,
that second leg was Juve from start to finish.
Bayern dominated that.
Both legs.
But the simplistic thing is to really go with that. If Ronaldo was there, everything, because the 50 goals that he scores.
Yeah.
But that is not saving the squad.
Well, we'll see what that does next week.
Exactly.
Because then we'll see what that narrative is like if those guys get bounced out.
Exactly. You know what's funny about that move that happened this summer? Is I feel like they both lost.
Well, at this point.
I feel like the team lost, and I feel like the individual is going to lose as well.
But Madrid lost off their own stupidity.
But
because they needed to replace him in some manner.
Yes.
Like, you're never going to replace the figure.
No.
But you need to replace the man.
Yes.
A body, give you something.
that will happen this summer.
Well, yeah. Listen, and by no stretch should anybody have come into this Champions League season thinking Real Madrid are going to win again.
No.
With or without him.
Yes.
Are we in agreement there?
Yes.
I'll agree 100% because the stretch was going to end.
Right.
There's 4 years, no chance.
No
chance.
I know people think, it's easy to say now, but do you know how difficult? There's a reason why they're the only team that's ever done it.
Yeah. And they were the only team to ever do it back to back.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It's tough enough to win 2 of these things in a decade.
And
Never mind 4 of them in 5 years.
And like I said, when you go through that entire run, a lot of luck was required, a lot of moments of brilliance, and when you really break it down, they were very rubbish throughout those 3 years.
Yes.
There's you can't really pinpoint how they won those 3 years in a row. You really can't. And that was one of the reasons why I said they're not an all-time great side, because they only won 1 league title in the 4 out of the 5 years. Mm-hmm. Only 1 league title.
That's fair.
They've won 2 since Ronaldo's been there. That's a big problem. Mm-hmm. You could win cup competitions and not be a great team.
And it's also a difference when you're losing those league titles by 17 points.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's one thing to compete.
Yeah. Right. That was going to be my point. That the league titles that they lost, sometimes they lost at the last day, or they're 3 points, or they're in some stretch behind.
Last year they had Ronaldo. They lost by 17 points. Right now they're 12.
Yeah,
12 back.
When was the last time that you didn't peg Barcelona to win a league?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That goes way back to before Ronaldo was there.
Mm-hmm. And that's saying something, because Real Madrid have won 4 Champions Leagues in that same time frame.
Exactly. But even when you look at last year, struggling in the group stage, they got bodied by Spurs at Wembley. Like, that stuff should not be happening. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So this rebuild was it should have happened last year. It should have started last year. So the reason why I said Real Madrid won that deal with Juve was because in the long run, it started the rebuild. Mm-hmm. It starts the rebuild. Yes, they didn't replace him now, but you know that the rebuild that needs to happen is already in motion, because they can't get rid of everyone and then bring players in.
No,
it doesn't work like that anymore.
SKC.
Yeah, so they can't do that. So they got rid of Ronaldo, and we killed them for not replacing him. And what did we say this season? We said Real Madrid could achieve things, but the only way they could do that is if Bale and Benzema get going.
It couldn't have been just one.
It couldn't just be
one
one.
or the other.
No.
Of the other.
And for large stretches this season, it's barely been both.
Yeah.
And that was key because like Fab said last week, goals. They lack goals. Those two are supposed to bring them goals. They relied heavily on them to carry the weight, and they haven't been able to do that. Sucks to suck. This summer, they got to get rid of more of them. Cruz doesn't look like he's having a good time over there.
It just looks like a tired group.
And that's what happens when you play all these cup competitions. You get to the stretch of them at the end of the season.
You're flying over to Japan in the middle of the winter.
World Cups, Euros, all of it eventually catches up to you. So this is why we shouldn't really be surprised. And when they've tried to bring in youth, like they brought in Asensio a long time ago. Vasquez eventually got implemented to the squad. Ceballos, all these other young kids, Vinicius, Reguilon, they're nice. They're nice players.
Yeah.
But are they ready to continue what they're doing? No.
Big shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill. So their rebuild hasn't been as great as, let's say, Barcelona's. And that's fine. Because as we could see, Frankie's on his way.
Yeah.
Who had a fantastic game, by the way.
And Frankie handled that midfield.
But it's easy to have a fantastic game when there's no expectations.
Yes. No. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But he played
That's
very
why
well.
I think people should pump the brakes. Yes, he's a
Yes.
fantastic player.
Yes.
But when you now put on that Barcelona
jersey.
kid, things change.
Yep.
And when you're not playing well and they're heckling you
Yeah.
and whistling at you,
The chances are that's going to happen.
we're gonna see what you're really made
and the
of.
fact that you're not a Spaniard is going to make things 10 times worse.
That's right. Ask Coutinho how that feels.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what he's really made about. But yeah, there's a lot of hype. There's a hype train on there. But when I look at Real Madrid, the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall, and it was not the first time they got beat down this year like that.
Yeah.
It may not be the last.
No, this is 4 on the bounce.
They lost all 3 competitions in the span of a week. Unfortunately, twice to Barcelona.
That's 4 losses at home.
Yeah.
In a row.
They've been terrible at home this season.
And all 4 of them are against sides that play proactive football.
Yeah.
Girona was going to give them a game.
Yep.
Barca twice, and then now this. So yes, the rebuild has to happen. Yes, it may take them 2 or 3 years because I don't know if they could really splash the cash with all this financial fair play stuff and everything that's incorporated now. I don't think they could go and pick up 4 world-class players and implement them into the squad without getting rid of half of the squad.
It's a different time.
It's a different time.
So now we're going to see how they really go about it. But they got the best out of those those players. Those players cannot feel bad.
No, not at all.
No. They maximized
Yeah.
those players to their full potential.
If anything, that's masked this whole issue.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's exactly that's only what it's done.
it's actually put that rebuild back.
It's delayed
Yes.
it year after year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they've been able to constantly win the Champions League.
Which I think is when you need a forward-thinking leader to be like, hey, this is going to go downhill in 2 years. I need to make a move, like Barcelona did with the Dembele.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll give him 2-3 years to potentially reach where he needs to be, so that when the rebuild is really in effect, you have somebody to step in.
Exactly.
To get a Frankie. When's the last time they made a signing like that?
But Real Madrid have never been really. Barcelona have always been more astute in how they pick up players than Real Madrid have.
No, Real Madrid has always been known as the Galacticos, and to sign those big name talents and go from there. And yeah, I mean now we're really going to see what Real Madrid is really truly made of, because they cannot do what they did in years gone by and buy those big 5-6 big name players to rebuild their squad. Like you guys said, it's a different world. Financial fair play is here. It's relevant. That wasn't in play all those years ago.
But that's why I thought they won that deal, because I think in the long run that rebuild had to happen, and Ronaldo leaving was the first step. Whereas for him, this is the reason why I think that he loses as well, because they lose the goal scorer, and that's really hindered them this season, with Benzema and Bale not reaching the potential that they should reach. But for him, and I've always said it, is that those chances that team can create, Juve's not creating that.
Oh, we see that.
And that's the problem. And that's why he only has 1 goal in the Champions League to date. Which I think is a huge indictment. And it kind of, it's not an indictment on him, but it's an indictment on what he was playing with in comparison to what he's playing with now. And like I've said, I'm pretty sure Juve would take that Real Madrid midfield and they'd swap.
Yeah, 100%.
In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
The fullbacks maybe not, because
No.
Joao Cancelo's playing well.
Yeah.
And Alexandro, I don't know. You can toss in Marcelo. Alexandro ain't doing that much defending. Okay? And then the forwards, in terms of creating space and whatnot, maybe not Bale, but he would probably take Kareem
Well,
over Dybala.
We'll see next week.
We will see next week.
In a tough position, what he's able to get out of that side.
Yeah. And then I think that's when we could play Let's Compare.
Yeah, 100%.
Because a lot of people are playing Let's Compare because Real Madrid got the egg smashed onto their face. That's corny, but we're running with it. A lot of people playing Let's Compare then. Meanwhile, I'm like, but didn't Juve just get handled?
Yeah.
2-0?
Yep.
So those people that are real, and it's a lot of Juve fans that are really pushing that, which is crazy. A lot of them are pushing the, Real Madrid, da-da-da-da. I don't know
Or
if
the
it's-
fan that follows their favorite player from team to team and
Yeah.
becomes that team's.
Yeah.
I hate that
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
I can't stand it.
They're out there.
Lots of them.
They got every jersey. Ronaldo. They're Ronaldo. They're Ronaldo 365.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna see, and then when we come back next week, we'll play Let's Compare, because you know how I feel about Juve, and you know what I've seen this season, and you know what you've seen, and you know what you've seen.
Yep.
And I just want to make that clear, because
For me, where Real Madrid has to start starts with your manager.
and that is where we get to next, because Solari's gone.
He's not the guy.
Oh, he's not the guy.
Start packing away your kids' pictures that you got on the desk. It's just might as well.
You think maybe they go after Ollie?
That would be the wildest thing ever.
I know who they're going after.
Ollie takes his wheel to Madrid.
That'd be the biggest glow up ever.
I'm telling you who they're going to go after right now.
Yeah, because I told you on Monday
What?
who they I told you who they're going after for on Monday.
Jose.
Yeah, I said that on Monday,
It's
and you said Inter.
it's a done deal.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a done deal.
It is.
I know that's what they're saying.
This is gold. This is the zone. The zone are reporting.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say gold.com because
No.
then I was gonna tell you that's not red. not gold.
Hey, the zone ain't reputable either yet.
They just have a streaming platform.
Yeah.
I don't know about their
The Zone
journalists.
Canada is breaking news. Real Madrid set to appoint Jose Mourinho as coach.
You trust any platform? From
No, I
Canada?
don't at all. I only trust.
They got no inside scoop.
I only trust one man when he breaks news.
When he breaks it.
When he breaks it.
Shout to him.
Watch.
And his podcast.
Who?
That guy knows all the scoops.
Curtis?
Yeah. No.
John?
No.
No, for me that's where it starts. If you don't have that base figure there,
Yeah.
then
we-
there's no beginning to
We
it.
just said that with United, and I think the same thing goes for.
But
Real
even
Madrid.
if it's, I think they're saving face by bringing Mourinho back.
But why Jose?
that
That's
was gonna,
all it is. It's PR, man.
Bale is gone.
Well, why Jose? Jose reunites with Eden?
Well, if you now want to win the mental battle, the off the field battle, like they did that one year, that's what he brings you, and you know he brings you that.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no one to really battle with. Ernesto don't want to battle. Ernesto staying in his lane.
Yeah.
Hey, he'll stir the pot one way or another if the results aren't going his way.
Well, then it'll be interesting because then they're saying Mbappe and Neymar. Can I see those two playing under Mourinho?
Nope. They're
That's gonna end real quick.
Yep. That's gonna be a Pogba version 2.
Neymar is bigger than Mourinho.
Oh.
Yeah, 100%.
And Mbappe is just about as big as that.
Yeah.
Well, if Neymar wants to finally win something, he needs to shut his mouth.
Oh, you saw the little.
No, regardless of the Instagram post, I just mean
Yeah.
in general. If
Oh,
you-
yeah.
It's time that you stop being the central figure and you back a coach and an organization and a team. Because when you were at Barcelona and you weren't allowed to say all the shit that you're saying now, you were winning.
Is there any chance that he finds his way back there? And because just like we spoke about Real Madrid having to rebuild, at some point that little magician that they have there is gonna get old. Father Time waits for nobody.
Oh no, Messi playing until he's 50.
Yeah,
They're having a competition. They're both trying to go to 40.
yeah, by the lakeshore. That's where he's playing.
That HGH, man.
But do you think that they may bring Neymar back and give him the keys?
But I don't know how. That doesn't cost him an arm and a leg.
Yeah. Well, you know, PSG is not trying to lose any of their investment.
No, I'm just saying. Of course not. You know,
Is Neymar
but
the modern day version of Ronaldinho? A bootleg Ronaldinho?
oh,
And that's just unable to win the Ballon d'Or because Messi and Ronaldo are there?
How old's Neymar these days?
He's
26, 27?
26, 27.
I could only go so many seasons of constantly getting injured, and
You know?
it's been a while since he's won something.
I'm just posing that out there. 'Cause he reminds me of Ronaldinho, just without those 2 to 3 peak years.
He's much more clinical,
Yeah.
I'd say.
But Ronnie liked to party. Ronnie
Yeah.
was his own man, right?
Yeah.
But he had those 2 to 3 years where realistic, as great as he was, I mean, like Frank Lampard was coming second in the Ballon d'Or voting. So I mean, there's a different level of competition here.
yeah.
Like Frank, come on, man. That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's why I just posed the question. Probably not, but
Well, he needs to have a look at himself and get his shit together.
Yep.
If he wants to get back to winning.
Well, the next move is the big move. Both of those two in Paris need to stop listening to their pops
Yeah.
and getting their shit together.
They need to do what Rabiot did and fire Rabiot fired his mom as his agent.
Yeah. Shout out to Rabiot. You fire your mom, you're real.
She's not folding your socks anymore.
No, no.
Sorry, buddy.
Doing your laundry. No, Rabiot doesn't do his laundry. You don't wash his hair.
How did we get from
Yeah.
Mourinho to Rabiot's socks?
Shout out to Dusan Tadic, who look like the modern day Messi.
And he wasn't even like celebrating. He was just mean mugging everybody.
Yeah.
He
As if he does it for, on a daily basis.
Relax, Dusan. That's like
Yeah.
the best game you'll ever play in your life.
Ziyech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dusan's like, I watched a lot of Zidane.
Oh my god.
That inspired me. You're lucky Casemiro's a lazy bum.
Yeah.
Lucky Modric has put like 10,000 kilometers on those legs.
You
This
ain't
year.
got time to chase your little pirouettes. Get out of here.
And Nacho, you
Yeah,
bum.
man. Come on. Shit. Yeah, Real Madrid need to get a new center back.
And not that other young Vallejo or whoever that kid was that played that last year.
No. They got Varane looking like a bum. He got no help.
He's had coming off the World Cup, that duo of him and Modric,
Yeah.
who were in the final for that Ballon d'Or, and one of them won it.
Yeah, they're both taking L's.
2019 has not been kind to them at one
They're
bit.
both taking L's. Well, you guys talk about Ajax, man. You guys have nothing to say about them?
No, I thought I was really impressed with how they went about the game. I'll say that. I did not expect them to play with that confidence. Usually, especially when you go to the Bernabeu.
No, they got nothing to fear. Like half the other teams that went there.
I know they have nothing to fear, but you usually expect them to play a little more pragmatic.
Yeah.
But they went about their game. They got the job done. I think there was timely goals as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. The free kick.
Yeah.
Yo, Thibaut, man. Thibaut, you left Chelsea for that?
Real Madrid. See, that's what I mean.
You left Chelsea for that?
Those are the signings you're making.
He took Thibaut took a step and he's like, oh shit. He's like, damn.
It's like I didn't think that guy could do that. What's the name on the back of that jersey?
Shona.
Yeah.
He's like, is that Messi over there? With the right-footed Messi?
Yo, man. Right after Asensio scored 2, that's timely.
You're like 6'11".
Yeah.
You can't get. You
can't
like
get-
Bono. Remember in the Champions League? And there's no wind in that stadium.
They're just like,
You know
the
what?
place went quiet.
Yeah,
know what?
shocked.
That is the first time that you've ever said Alex Bono and
And Thibaut Courtois in the same sentence.
In the same sentence.
I hope it's the last.
Wow.
No, the way Courtois played, I don't know, man.
No, it was timely goals. Just Real Madrid looked shocked, tired, like a bunch of old
Exhausted.
men.
Yeah, I
You
guess
ever play at the hangar and like when you're young and you're the 18-year-old team and you play the 40-year-old guys?
you're running past them, going back to your own box.
But he's like, slow down.
Yeah.
Yo, give me a second to catch my breath.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
They just didn't have the legs.
You got to give them some credit for actually buying Daily Blind, buying Tadic, buying Ziyech a few years ago. Like they've actually invested in some players.
There's a decent mix there.
Tagliafico.
As much as we want to say it's a
Tagliafico's gone.
young side for the most part, there are some
But then when they picked him up, right?
There are some leaders there mixed into the bunch as well.
Yeah. So I look at that and it's like, okay, Dusan, I always liked him at Southampton. He's just playing with scrubs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Sadio.
Yeah.
So now he's playing in a system where he's actually got some runners.
And he was good in that first leg too.
Yeah.
Let's not take that away from him.
Oh, shout out to Van der Beek as well. He was key. But we look at them now, and it's like, well, because now the hype train is going to go through the roof.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone's going to expect them. Because I'll tell you, they play another big team. That big team's going to give them a run. And ain't no one's really as incompetent left in the competition like Real Madrid. So I just hope that they don't get caught up in the moment, right?
Well, that's usually how it works. It's
Yeah.
almost the Sevilla of last. I don't want to put them in that same breath, but that's Sevilla when they knocked out United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go out, you're on a high, and then you go to the next round,
And you just
play,
lay an egg.
You play against a decent competition, and
Yeah.
then
You can never really get up to that same level.
exactly.
You know, they don't want to catch a Liverpool.
Can you imagine?
Liverpool would run them off the park
Yeah.
the way they play those little kids.
Yeah, I don't know who I trust them against at this point. You know?
Yeah. So I don't
It's
know.
a good story.
It's
It
a
is.
nice
It is.
story.
It's
a great story.
Everyone was very happy to see Real Madrid. I feel like a lot of people, just like they want to see PSG bottle it, they want to see Real Madrid's era come to an end. Just a lot of people didn't think, because we stood on the bridge or the ledge that experience would get them through it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why a lot of people edged Real Madrid to get it done. But
Especially having that slight advantage going home.
yeah, but that experience.
It's funny to me now how nobody's talking about Julian now.
Who?
Julian Lopetegui.
Oh, yeah.
It was all him before.
Yeah.
It was all him before,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. One of my buddies tried to give me and you shit because we're hyping Lopetegui at the start of the season.
Well,
And how they'd be fine without Ronaldo now. Yeah.
yeah. Well, look at it now.
Yeah.
I said I wanted to see Solari manage the tough part of the year.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't manage it
Yeah,
well at all.
he
He's
got-
in the same spot.
He got
Yeah.
killed, and now their season is over with a few months left, which kind of sucks for them.
Do the coaches go to somewhere like, you know how you go when you go on unemployment?
Yeah.
You go to somewhere to look for a new job. You talk to somebody. Is there like a coach thing for that?
Nah, man. They
Is
just
Lopetegui and Solari going to be at the same spot in a couple of weeks?
just chilling on the beach.
Like, hey man, what job you gonna take? I don't know. I got an offer from Japan.
Solari's going on TV or something, man.
Yeah.
He's not even allowed to go coach the B team after that.
No.
No, it's over. It's over for him. They're running him out of town.
It's crazy how your career could change in 3 months.
Yeah.
Shit. Shout out to Ajax though. Since no one else really wants to say anything about them, then I guess we'll move on. What's next, man? You wanna?
There's only 2 games left.
So Dortmund did not come back. They put up a fight for 30 minutes.
My prediction of 95% right
Hey, I got
was
one right.
95% right. It was always going to be difficult.
And they fizzled.
All those stupid cliches of Spurs would probably have a goal in them, all that stuff. It comes true, and it's just Dortmund don't have enough. They're in the worst. It doesn't help that they're in the worst patch of their season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this happened at the same time.
Look, let's be honest. 3-0 was a large hill.
And nah, man, Hugo saved them twice.
No, I know. I know.
Hugo Lloris looking like David De Gea twice.
But it was always going to be the hardest of the tasks to
Of all the matchups, that would have been the biggest surprise. It's funny that the other 3 teams came back and they didn't. They were the only ones not to do it. But it would have been the biggest surprise out of the bunch if they managed to, even at home,
that's what I'm
regardless
saying.
of their firepower and all that stuff. You want to say they could score goals. It was always going to be difficult, regardless of the fact.
Yep.
They played well until they played well. Then after the Kane goal, that kind of just.
Well, no, but come on, that King goal. Then you were asking them to score.
Yeah,
5.
no. But I'm saying that they played the way that I expected them to play.
Yeah, no. I'm not taking anything away from Dortmund. I'm just saying once that Kane goal goes in,
Well, yes.
tie is dead.
Well, yes. I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. I'm just saying that they played as I expected them to with the full squad, and I expected. I don't want to say I expected Spurs to play. Well, I expected Spurs to play that way regardless of the results. I didn't think they were really going to try and go there, even if they weren't up 3-0. I wouldn't expect them to really go there and really push forward like they would at Wembley.
No.
For example.
No.
And they weathered the storm. I thought Sissoko played great. I thought when Dortmund did get their chances, Lloris came up big, which is very rare. But he did that.
He's actually gone through a decent stretch lately.
Tell that to Fabs.
Yeah, we'll see what happens this weekend
So
when they lose to Wolves.
So
Is it Wolves or just Chelsea play Wolves?
I think Chelsea play
No,
Wolves.
Chelsea play
okay.
Wolves.
Well, whatever. Spurs
Whoever
gonna
they
lose this
play.
weekend, anyways. So we'll see now, because this is one of the things I don't like. The three teams that we just named, I don't think they're great sides.
No.
Realistically speaking, any of the sides that got through in this match day would hate to go against any of the sides that are going to get through on the other side.
Absolutely.
Which is why I want all of them to get
Yeah.
everyone on that
And
side.
we know that's not going to happen.
Yeah. All four of those sides that went through.
Oh, so you think one of these four are gonna get each other?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
I don't think we're going to get the easy matchups on the. I think the other side is going to get each other.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get like a. Let's say everybody goes as the script and goes through. I think we're going to get like a Barca City
Yeah.
or City Atletico if they go through, or
Really?
Juve. Yeah, I think something like that's going to happen. And one of these sides are going to get an easier path to get to the next round.
one of these guys.
Oh, I hope you're wrong.
I just can't see that these four will almost match up.
The only
against
way I
other
want
four.
that to happen is if Spurs get United.
To knock out one of the English teams.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. If all four English teams go through, like I said, one of them are getting each other.
There's no way they all dodge each other.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one of them are getting each other.
And
So
if they do, Hugo's calling in.
stop this. With that being said, I think there was really nothing to take from that
No,
Spurs game.
I was about to say. We can move on.
No, they left themselves a ton of room for error, and that's how I thought they would manage the game, and it worked out that way.
Yeah.
They made two mistakes.
Yeah.
The first one they got bailed out, and Son missed, and then the second one, Kane. That was a very good finish. By the
It
way.
was.
Very good finish.
He's one of those guys where 1v1 most of the time. 8 out of 10. I won't say 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
But 8 out of 10, he's probably going to produce something.
but that was a really tough finish.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed.
To go short side past the keeper.
Exactly.
It's not easy.
Dortmund's season is kind of like Madrid's. It's kind of crumbling before their eyes.
Yeah.
We could. I don't know if Lucien has anything left in the gas tank. Like I said, the only good thing that comes from all of this is that Royce is fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the only good thing that comes from this.
And that could actually possibly save their
Yeah.
Bundesliga season.
Yeah. Because if they don't come up with anything, then
I don't trust him not to get hurt again this season. That's my issue.
you never not
His track record is not good enough for him not to roll an ankle.
You never not trust Royce not to get it. But yeah, man. Dortmund let me down. They put up a fight for 40 minutes. Shout out to them. You won't be missed. Those are the two ties that really bothered me, by the way.
Oh, we're going to the next one?
Well, this tie bothered me because I don't care about any of them,
Yeah, and the next time.
and I don't want any of them to make it past the quarterfinals. And then the next one that we're going to, I don't care about any of them either.
Nope.
And I think they both stink.
Let me hit some air horns for Porto.
My little IG story and all of Fabs' supporters were reposting the official FC Porto page, and no one was translating what it said. And I'm like, okay, man, they won, cool, I get it. And I'm like, yo,
Can I just say a shout out to my poor sister? She really was crushed.
Really?
Yeah. I feel bad for her. Her exact message when that whole VAR happened, I wasn't watching the game. She said to me, "Fucking VAR," and I knew. Oh, this is not good.
That's a new supporter of VAR.
No,
No.
so I was like, "Oh, okay."
As much as VAR decided the game, I thought Porto were full value for the position they put themselves in.
Yep.
Yes, people are saying, "Oh, Roma potentially created the better chances." Dzeko should have done much better. There was a couple of situations where I thought Porto managed the end of that game terribly. Mm-hmm. It's like all the subs that they made, they wanted to score a goal.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand how they were pushing 4 or 5 guys up the field at the end of the game.
And even in extra time, Roma had a couple. Dzeko had a couple of chances. He really should have put that game away, especially the second chance where Pepe clears that ball off the line.
Yeah, that was a terrible chip.
Yeah, but see, and that's another thing that I hate is that stupid away goal rule. But we won't get into that.
Well, I prefer that away goal rule rather than VAR.
No, I think the away goal rule should end after 90 minutes.
The reason why I don't have a problem with the away goal rule is because the home team gets 30 extra minutes at home. I don't think anybody talks about that.
They get an extra 30 minutes at home. So you think it balances out then?
Yeah, 100%. You get an extra. Everybody wants to talk about how much easier it is to play at home.
Yeah.
So you get 30 extra minutes of it.
Yeah. So what's the issue?
So it almost balance.
So
I'm gonna say it balances each other out.
Okay.
Because that's something that's never talked about with the away goals. That okay, they get 30 minutes of an extra away goal.
But you get 30 extra minutes at home.
You get 30 extra minutes at home.
That's fair.
That's my thing of it.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, I'm also glad that it didn't go to penalty shots. Because with the recent stretch of bad penalty shootouts, I have a feeling things would have gone south.
Would have still been going now.
Well, between the two keepers, I want to back Casillas, but in a shootout, I don't trust man for man. I trust Roma's players ahead of Porto. Like I told you guys before, I didn't expect coming nothing into this tie. Everything I got out of this tie was gravy. Is a bonus. I'll take the extra whatever money you make for making the next round, and the next round will be the same thing. Barring the matchup, I really don't expect them to get by, and if they do, it's a bonus.
Yep.
I was gonna say the same goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
This is why I like Fabs. Because if I come on here and tell and just be blunt, I'd be like, Porto ain't really that great.
No,
and Roma's just as bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the hater.
no.
I'm gonna be the guy that hates Porto and talking bad about Porto and big hate it.
No, it's a team that's far too one-dimensional.
But besides Corona trying to shoot from every
angle,
Trying to make the highlight package.
every angle on the left, him and Alex Tellers really killed it. And
Yeah.
I love Danilo. I love how I was watching with Dad and the BT Sport guy was like, I've never seen Danilo Pereira play a better game than this. I'm like, buddy, this is the only game you've seen Danilo Pereira play.
Stop lying.
you're not watching the Portuguese league.
Like-
Yeah, come on.
I love when they lie.
Yeah.
And they sell the lie. I thought he played well as also. You know how it is with Marega. I kind of dissed him and called him the poor man's Lukaku. I don't know how you feel about that. But I think he's great. I think he offers everything that no one else on that team does offer.
No, there's no one person, no one player like him on that side, especially on that side.
And yeah, he was pivotal to everything that they were doing, and it was no surprise.
He was involved in everything.
But with my thing with them is, they're a bit too one-dimensional. It's just like where I didn't know how they were going to score the goal. I didn't know where it was coming from, and I'm talking about after Marega's goal, because
The third.
I didn't know how they were going to get the third.
But that's the problem. When this team gets late into games, it's a ton of crosses into the box.
Yes.
And hoping for
Something.
Suarez to get onto the end of a header or Marega to get onto the end of a header or something to get punted back to the top of the box.
Long distance shots. Everyone's pulling
Yeah.
up from 25 and 30.
Yeah.
Sorry, that ain't going to work in the quarterfinals.
And the issue with there's no midfielder that can play a pivotal ball other than Oliver, and he obviously wasn't playing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's changed his game under Conceição, where he's not that number 10 that he was at Atletico. He's more of like an 8,
Okay.
where he does a ton of work off the ball. I still think he's probably, in terms of talent, he's Porto's best player. He just hasn't been able to reach that potential. But he wasn't playing. Herrera, for me, this season has been extremely inconsistent. At times he's great. At other times he's just, you don't know what he's doing. Pep and Philippe coming out the back, they still make decisions for me that are just not
Shocking.
good enough.
Yes. That was the best moment for me when Pep and Dzeko were going to go at it.
Yeah.
And
Who you taking?
Dzeko's a bum
Who you take?
for the dive.
I take
Who's winning if they go hands?
Dzeko.
I've seen Pep step on guys, so I'm taking Pep with no regard.
Yeah, that's going a few rounds. That's legit going a few rounds. I don't know. Dzeko seems nice, but I feel like when the going gets tough, he's giving you those hands. But yeah, Pep's a killer, man.
Yeah. He's got a good track record.
I don't want to walk into an alley and see Pep walking behind me. That's just
me
definitely
neither.
not happen. Well, we get to like
Roma sacked their coach as well today.
Yeah.
well, that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to save the season and stay in that and get into a fourth spot.
What an awful week.
Yeah.
Blown out by Lazio. And then this. A lot of things went wrong when De Rossi came off. Not to say that he would have been the savior, but
they don't have anybody else that can dictate.
No.
Nothing in midfield.
No. But that's another guy who's on his.
Yes.
You're not expecting De Rossi to play more than what he did. You know, like,
I expect him to play more than 30 minutes.
okay, but yes,
I hope.
Yes, but even barring that,
he's got to go an hour. If he goes an hour, that's good.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying that guy, he was not going to be playing 120 minutes.
I think what Dan is saying is you're asking too much of him at this stage of his career.
Exactly.
No, that's fine. It's not like he's going to play the next league game.
No, I know, but
he didn't play for Champions. He only played Champions League.
Imagine that.
Would have been nice.
You have to play 8 games a year.
No, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'm playing. But the thing is that although they fired Di Francesco, which is understandable given their season. What's his name? Monchi?
Mm-hmm.
He's got to go too.
He's leaving. He's going to Arsenal.
Well, it sucks to be Arsenal because when I look at what they've brought in this summer for the amount of money that they've spent, that's not good enough.
Yep. Nope.
That is not good enough.
That was my biggest beef with them in the summer.
And that was Fab's biggest beef. And boy, Unai's in for a little treat because who do they bring in that really is lighting it up? Or it looks like he'll light it up. And I'm tired of the English media trying to get on the Zaniolo wave.
Zanzi?
Yeah.
He was mad quiet.
Big Z? Z. Big Z. No, never call anyone Big Z. But he was trying to pull out all the tricks.
Yeah.
Not happening. But
Kluivert, there's a lot. It's weird that the players that they brought in are either at the very beginning of their career where you're asking too much out of them, like Zanziolo and Kluivert.
Yep.
Or you're bringing in a guy like Marcano who's just past it.
Yeah.
It's just not good enough. And that's my biggest issue. Manolas and Fazio didn't play. Manolas and Jesus. These aren't center backs who in these pivotal games are really going to bail you out when you need to be bailed out.
Karsdorp and Kolarov.
They fell asleep on that Maraga's second goal. There's no way he should be that wide open.
Nope. It's just a team that is not good enough.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
That midfield?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Pellegrini, Cristante, and Zanzi, who hasn't really had a good time there. It's not good. And when I look at them, and I watched Porto as well, I'm like, man, this is really bad.
Well, the problem is one of these big sides is licking their lips, hoping I get one of these guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when I look at it, and this is no knock on Porto, but I don't think they played anyone in the Champions League that's better than Benfica.
I think Benfica are in very good form.
Well, I don't think they made anyone that's better than Benfica.
I think Roma. I don't think Benfica are all they're cracked up to be, and that's even. Yes, I know they beat Porto, but I think there's a lot of flaws in that Benfica team. That
head to head
over 2 legs.
Yeah.
That changes things. Is when you got to play somebody over 2 legs.
Okay. I don't think Roma's that good. You know how I feel about Schalke.
Oh yeah, that's.
But could Porto beat anyone? Do you think they could beat anyone out of any of the sides that go through?
I think it will be extremely difficult if they catch somebody like.
Is there anyone that you would want them to catch?
I'll take my chances against any of the sides that got through on this side. At this point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be total. This could sound crazy. I wouldn't be totally mad if we got United.
Yeah.
Because then that takes all the expectations off us. I almost don't want to catch somebody like, even if we catch somebody like an Ajax, there's still the expectations that are going to be all on Ajax.
Yeah.
Regardless of who Porto plays, they're going to be.
No, they're the underdog.
They're the underdog.
Yeah.
So
even Spurs.
Anybody.
Yeah. Spurs ain't doing nothing at that.
I'd take a matchup against Spurs.
No, I would too if I were you.
No, you wouldn't. That's your team.
That's not my team.
Yeah, you want to catch Porto.
I want to see Pep and Harry Kane fight each other. Harry.
Yo, Pep will put Kane into a headlock so fast. Harry's not built like that.
No.
He's a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Pep is not a mama's boy.
No.
And it'll be Marega's Premier League
Debut.
showcase.
Showcase?
There you go.
Yeah. Because he already was supposed to go to West Ham last season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
America looks like he's going to some mid-table.
Everton are gonna swoop. Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves.
Wait for the Wolves swoop.
Yeah.
It's happening.
He's going to some mid-table team.
Yeah.
But that's going to be over for him unless he goes to Wolves because they're not correct. Imagine.
Wolves and Raul.
No, imagine Marega with Walcott and Bernard and
Wow.
Idrissa Gay creating chances for him.
Jesus.
Oh, boy, it's
Maybe Sigurdsson could find him the ball.
he's
but-
going right back. He's going right back to Porto. But yeah, man. I guess congrats to Porto because well, I guess I gotta congratulate them.
Hey, they went through.
Yeah, but that's not good enough for me.
Oh well. It's good enough for me.
Hey, they came back in the second leg, scored 3 goals. I think that deserves some credit.
2.5.
And if there's any
I
coach,
said 2.5.
and if there's any coach that I'm behind facing a side that people think that we have no chance, it's Conceição. I will give him that much. He's the type of coach who will rally the troops, as you want to call him, and need to get a result. He'll find a way to manage a game.
I never worried about them winning at home because that's barring what Liverpool did to them. No one really goes there
It's rare.
and beats them down.
No, even that year when
They
we beat Bayern.
Yeah, like no one really goes there and has their say. So
Was that Arsenal loss at home? No, I think that was at
they lost to Arsenal 5-0 at the Emirates.
at the Emirates
Yeah,
when
but
Bentner scored and all that stuff.
The Nasri show.
Yeah.
But besides that, like besides the Liverpool thing, everyone kind of goes there and struggles, right?
That'll definitely be the team I don't want to catch again.
Yeah, they give you a 6. They've been dying to score some goals. Pep, Salah,
Or City.
Salah gonna kill Pep.
I don't want to see City and Porto.
Raheem against
I don't want to see the little magician against us.
Oh no.
oh Barca.
Yeah, I don't want to
Well,
see
you
none of that.
know Barca's gonna if Barca get through, they're gonna come with the humble. The little humble 1-0, 2-0, keep the ball for the entire game.
I will thank them for that.
Yeah.
they don't really press when they go to that side of the world.
Good for them.
Even with Benfica, they kind of chilled. I don't even know why you say Barca. The way things have been going this week, you don't be surprised if Leon and Schalke.
Yep.
Not
Hey, I got my money on Bayern. I'm saying that this week.
yeah.
Write them all off.
But who's right? Who specifically are you talking to?
All of the English media.
Okay.
Nobody's giving Bayern a chance. And all of those pre-match predictions I read were getting Bayern smoked.
Well, it's because of Dan's logic and the away goal.
There you go.
Liverpool scored 1, Bayern got to score 2.
But I'm saying even before the result at Anfield.
Okay. That's slightly because of their form, right?
Yeah.
But now Dan's still hitting with you. We're hitting you with the if Liverpool score 1, Bayern got to score 2. Right?
Yeah.
So serious too.
Hey, if that front three can find a goal now.
Yeah.
You caping for them?
We know Javi Martinez is going to score, so
Yeah.
He's on a little
He's on
run.
fire.
Hey, anyone betting? Bet on Javi Martinez to score this weekend.
Yeah.
He's on a run. But like, yeah, that's happening. Leon, Barca, that one's very dangerous. Because like Dad says, if Leon score 1, Barca gotta score 2.
can Juve get back into it?
Nope. I love how Dad's saying no.
I'm
I
always
think
wrong.
He's
so-
doing what I did with
Yeah,
Porto.
exactly.
You-
Nope.
you-
He's trying to will his team to be wrong
Tie is over.
because he doesn't want to say they're going to win and then they don't.
Yeah,
So he's
exactly.
going to say they're not, and then if they do, he's going to be like, yes.
If Juve really lose, we're having like an hour conversation
Oh,
on
that-
what the hell happened this
that
season.
Thursday I won't be here.
Because
You better make yourself available.
the only I just look at United going there and getting a result. Like it's really tough. The boy better. The boy, I don't want to call him the boy. What's for CR7?
What do you mean, Mr. Champions League?
Mr. Champions League. He better have his shooting boots on. Dybala better show us.
Somebody
what he
better
does.
get him the ball.
Yeah, that's step one.
That too.
Pass.
Let's go's not going to try and let that happen.
It's intriguing. I want that first half hour to me is going to be crucial.
Yeah. The only reason is because those boys live to defend.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
I'm just not putting past a 30-yard Ronaldo strike to
What do you mean a
find the
30-yard
net.
Ronaldo strike that hits off the ball and bounces off Godin's hand?
the ball celebrates like mad.
He intended to hand it. He wanted to handle it, knowing that it was going to hit off the ball.
It's going to VAR.
He wanted to palm it. And then what else? What else is that week? City Schalke?
Yeah. City Schalke.
I'm not saying a word on that. Y'all can say whatever the hell you want.
Nothing.
Not
a damn thing.
City, the way things have transpired, City have a lot to show us. I know a lot of people are saying that it's Barca's to lose now.
I think that's unfair.
And this is Barca's this could be Barca's easiest road to the final. Yo, Barca gonna get knocked out, eh?
I think it's wide open for anybody.
Yeah.
I've said that since day one.
You get into the final 8, you could almost make a case, barring a team or two, anybody could win out.
Yeah, I've said that since day one. There's no team that's substantially greater than the other.
But I think even more so now with the sides that already got knocked out, because those teams were teams that on a day in a matchup, Real Madrid against Barcelona over 2 legs, as good as Barcelona have been this year, Real Madrid could still find something there. But now Real Madrid's not there, right?
Yeah.
The other 2 sides aren't there.
Oh.
So...
Oh, no. Barca beating any of those 4 teams.
in theory, right?
No, in real life. In real life, Barca killing Spurs again. Barca beating all 4 of those teams.
With what transpired this week, I don't know shit anymore.
Barca, okay, the Barca's the only team.
Barca should beat Roma too. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Ernesto got it wrong. Barca beating those 4 teams, man. There's no way I'm accepted Porto or Spurs. Spurs already showed you what they're made out of. They can't handle him.
No, Porto's beating Barcelona. And on that note...
No, but I don't trust City, though. They need to prove us something before we kill this podcast.
No, that's fair.
They really need to.
We can't continually give them the pass in Europe.
They need to prove something to us this year.
Yes, absolutely.
And I don't know if they have it in them. And like I said, because of what's transpiring there, they're not healthy, and I don't know if they're going to be healthy.
How quick is the turnaround from round the 16 to quarterfinals? 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
I think doesn't it start
April
a
7th?
week after the international break?
I think so. I'm just checking.
So the end of March?
End of March, start of April.
So it's only about 3 weeks turnaround.
Yeah.
So who do you get healthy in 3 weeks?
Yeah. With
4 weeks.
Don't send anyone to international break. Keep them all home.
Send them to Qatar.
Anything TFC related that you want to talk about? Anything big happen? No news?
Telford to York 9.
Yeah, I saw that. How do you feel about MLS? I know we're killing this right now. How do you feel about MLS players dropping down to the CPL? What do you do after that?
That's the humbling.
Right? How does Ryan Telfer feel?
I have no idea.
No interview?
Not that I read.
I want to talk to Ryan.
Get him on the podcast.
I want to ask him. Like, how do you feel?
Well, I'm sure that's not where he envisioned his career.
Nope. Shit. Any news else on the CPL? I saw them starting like their little training camps.
Yeah, good for them.
In Hamilton?
They're what, like 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out from their first, or a month out from their first game?
1 month.
And I guess we're really saving this for the international break, eh?
Yeah, I guess.
The full CPL.
Well, we sure as hell aren't starting the conversation now.
Now, I was about to say,
You got somewhere to be in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
see how I got myself out of it.
Sorry, boys.
Sorry, boys. Podcast matters. You guys, nothing else to say? No MLS, no CPL.
I got nothing else.
Everything's good. No big news.
Nope. What's this weekend? United Arsenal?
United Arsenal. Boy, if Ollie wins again, we're trying to the end of it.
Ollie at the wheel.
Hey, man.
Do you, young lad?
I don't know. Well, I've said what I got to say about him for now. Surprise me, Ollie. You too, Paul. You got lucky this week. You're not the loser of the week because Sergio outdid you, but you just wait.
That should be a new thing.
Loser of the week.
Loser of the week.
Yo, Paul is the undisputed champion until further notice. Don't worry, Paul. I'm forever.
This is like WWE when he's got both belts.
Yeah.
When he had the Raw and SmackDown
Yeah,
belt when
Paul-
Jericho did that.
Paul would definitely strut down that ramp.
Yeah, I could see Paul in the WWE getting a choke slam from the Undertaker at a WrestleMania.
You see him with Patrice celebrating?
Hey, he
Yeah.
loves this game.
Yo, we gotta ever out of here too. Someone's gonna do it. We're gonna have a discussion about him.
I don't know. Mercedes fans tried and he kicked him in the head. So
Yeah.
I don't know who can get him out of here.
But why is Paul hanging out with Patrice Evra?
Because they're both boys from France.
Why is Patrice Evra hanging out with Paul Pogba?
Because he loves this game.
He's probably got one of those United alumni jackets.
Yes. Don't you follow Paul? Don't you follow Patrice on Instagram?
No.
Oh,
I
well, you're
do-
missing out.
I
He's a
don't.
loser too.
No,
he's not.
no, he is.
Okay.
Well, at least he won in his career.
Yeah, so did Paul.
Okay.
They're both losers.
Okay, we can end that there.
Okay, whatever. Paul, you're loser of the week next week until further notice. With that being said, that was episode number 63. I hope I got it right at the start.
Yeah.
I did?
Yeah.
Shout out to me, man. I always forget. Anyhow, that was episode 63 of the best soccer/footy podcast in the world, providing you with organic, unfiltered soccer/footy analysis. And that is the InnerViews Podcast. You could find us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, YouTube in a few days, and any Android apps on your Android devices that provide you with podcasts that you can listen to on your Android devices. You could also find us on youtube.com/theinterviews, where we upload videos every day, facebook.com/theinterviews, like and follow and like. We also provide content there, and Twitter and Instagram, the Interviews TV. No swaggy photos yet. We may post some stuff from this podcast there, and on Twitter, where I try to get these two guys to engage in Twitter beef, and they think they're gonna dodge the smoke for the rest of the season, but it is not happening. And also shout out to the people on Quora. I hopped back on Quora this week. I was like, yo, man, we gotta spread these analyses and these podcasts everywhere. So I was like, yo, let me hit every tab
The
that
Cora
wants,
vibes.
that wants to know how Manchester United lost and why PSG crumbled. And I threw the little links.
There you go.
I let them know what it is. Everyone needs answers. We're here to provide answers. Shout out to BP, that loser, for trying to get us on Quora. Keep doing you, buddy. You're coming back home soon.
I'm waiting. That's the Don King fight right there.
And I hope
Dan's Don King.
I'm promoting that shit.
he's gonna get his ass beat.
You're gonna get the hands.
And I hope when he comes here, I hope it's still snowing.
At this rate.
You thought you could run from the snow? I hope it's still snowing. Anyhow, this was the Interviews Podcast, episode 63. We'll be back on Monday recording everything that happened on the weekend. But until then, it's your guy Tyrell.
It's Fab.
Dan.
And we are out.